right, good morning. Karibu sana to Morning Cafe, this being the 28th of November 2024, exactly 27 days to Christmas. We continue that countdown, 33 days to the end of this year. And my name is Freddie Nabuli. Today is day 4 of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. So we continue with that as well.
Absolutely, and it's actually very sad to note that another woman was reported killed. Her name is Eunice, and of course she is actually from Bere University. So this is what it reads. It said, a student at Bere North TVC, Eunice, pursuing a diploma in food and beverage as part of a course, was going to work on the 23rd of November and never reached work at 5 a.m. And 3 days later is when obviously her family reported her missing as per the law. And just on Saturday, she was actually found, her body was found in the mortuary, mutilated.
Very unfortunate. So we continue the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Now, today is also a very special day, 28th of November. It is Thanksgiving in the US.
Absolutely. So Thanksgiving Day is usually a day where Americans celebrate blessings from the harvest of the previous year, right? That's how it began. But then now people also celebrate each other. They celebrate their families, their friends, what they're thankful for during the year. What are you thankful for this year?
Oh, a lot of things. I'm thankful for my children, my job, so my health, so many things. Yes.
That's amazing. Yeah. So Shakaria Buxton, who is a regional public engagement specialist for East Africa, she'll be in studio. She's going to be coming with gifts. She's going to be coming with a big turkey. Cannot wait to taste it.
I still don't understand their obsession with turkey around Thanksgiving. Please ask that question.
I think it started off in the 1600s with the Pilgrims. So they actually came from the United Kingdom back then, and then they moved to America. And those are the kind of foods that they brought to America. So that's how it began in the 1600s.
Right. So if you want to find out more about Thanksgiving and what exactly it is, do stand by for this coming later on. Of course, before that, we'll be having a State of the Nation discussion with Wilson Sosion, former MP and former Secretary General of the National Union of Teachers, Daniel Orogo, and Professor Fred Ogola, governance expert and political analyst respectively, to discuss the headlines. So these are the headlines this morning. Kwenye gazeti la Taifa Leo, nyumba za machozi.
I feel like that's quite an interesting headline compared to the other newspapers.
Yes, so matters to do with the housing program, national housing program. Mbona wanaita nyumba ya machozi, nyumba za machozi. Tutarejelea kuangalia kwa kina zaidi.
As the People Daily, 24 Kenyans seized over bank fraud. And I don't know if you realize, but if you notice, Fred, over the last few days and weeks, actually, a lot of frauds are being highlighted on the cover page on newspapers here in the country. Not just in the country, but in our neighboring countries as well. This seems to be...
There's a wave. There's a wave of
fraud
involving a very big financial institution. So white collar crime. That's a big headline on the People Daily. Daily Nation, Adani deals. Court demands proof of termination. Yes, the president said he has ordered the cancellation of the deals. Like in court, wanasema,
where's the proof?
We need the proof.
The Standard. Fresh split hits review of Varsity funding model, of course. And this is a team that was reviewing the controversial new university funding formula is riding a fresh storm. What exactly is it? We're going to be finding out in a short while.
All right. Auditors could access secret security spend. That's the Star. Critics say a requirement creates barriers to accountability. You see, this is the spending that goes to police service, the probably NIS or the military. And usually they don't have to give a lot of documentation. And explanations
as to what they're spending it on.
What does it mean when auditors actually are allowed to access this security spending? Matters Business.
Safaricom opens new M-Pesa fund after ownership wrangles.
All right, we'll be back to take a look at that. Across the border into Uganda, and as you said, a lot of fraud and theft. Bank of Uganda heist. This was the one that was there on the paper yesterday. Now they're saying it is an inside job.
So now they've given us more details.
The enemy within. So investigations by this publication and security agencies have established that the loss of billions of shillings at the Bank of Uganda may have been an insider job orchestrated through collusion, contrary to earlier reports that the bank's systems were breached.
Wow.
So it could be...
Because in just seconds, right? Billions of Ugandan shillings.
60 seconds.
60 seconds is the time that they took to actually steal billions of Ugandan shillings from Bank of Uganda.
Some politics there. Also on the front page of the Daily Monitor, the Speaker of Parliament, Miss Anita Among has thrown her hat in the ring and wants the seat of the first Deputy Premier and East African Community Minister Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga when the race for the NRM National Vice Chairperson female comes around the corner. This Anita is a very controversial figure. She's a Speaker of the National Assembly, but you'll always find her name on the front pages for one controversy or another.
The other.
Yeah. So yes, now she wants to become the Deputy Prime Minister.
Okay, moving on, let's take a look at the news vision. KCCA top jobs, 13 shortlisted, and that's...
So this is the Kampala City Council. Yes.
Oral interviews are being scheduled for December 10th to 12th. That's on page 6. And then, of course, over here, culture. President graces Ateke Festival.
They also make mention of this Bank of Uganda heist, and they say that the Bank of Uganda has recovered over 37 billion shillings from hackers.
It was actually 60 billion that was reported missing.
So they've actually recovered more than half.
More than half,
which is impressive.
Quite quick.
Within a day.
Yes.
All right, that's as far as Uganda news is concerned. In Tanzania, yes, yesterday there were elections. Nation awaits poll results amid opposition grumbles. The counting of votes began after poll closed in yesterday's local government elections, and the first results were expected to be announced last night. So today, wanangojea tu maswala ya uchaguzi. The front page of the Citizen also has a mixed mention of our president.
A day later, though.
Yes. William Ruto. They say Ruto reveals why his deputy had to go. Yes, he did this in Kisumu.
Yeah.
Two days ago. Indo habari imefikia wa Tanzania.
48 hours later. That's when it's reaching.
Down here, there's a gentleman called Ndugulile who has passed on. And they ask what next after death of WHO Africa Director-elect. He was yet to actually take over. So they say the death of Dr. Faustin Ndugulile marks the first time that a person elected as WHO Regional Director for Africa has died before officially assuming office, thus putting the organization in uncharted territory.
And if you look at his age, he's not that old either, so it is quite unfortunate. Just 50 plus, 54, 55.
About 55 years old.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Ndugulile. Right.
Moving on, Mwananchi. Mshike wa uchaguzi. Mshike wa uchaguzi.
Watanzania wapiga kura kuwachagua viongozi serikali za mitaa. Malalamiko ya majina, karatasi za kura yaibuka maeneo kadhaa. Waziri Mchengererwa atoa ufafanuzi matokeo ya jumla kupatikana leo. So yes, they do expect that the results will be out today. But just like any other elections everywhere else, there are complaints about missing names from the ballot papers, few ballot papers and such like things. But that is the biggest story in Uganda, in Tanzania today.
Of course, the WHO Director of Africa also getting a tribute right there, saying kifo cha Ndugulile pigo sekta ya afya. Also mentioning his age and the years he lived. Right,
so these are the headlines across the region. We'll be back to take a look at the local dailies in depth in a short while. For now, let's take a look at the weather situation.
Luckily, there was no rain this morning, Fred. I woke up very blessed. I was giving thanks. Thanks on this Thanksgiving Day. I was thankful for not a rainy day this morning. No traffic, visibility.
All right.
Less cars on the road. Good day.
Well, let's see if at all it's going to change later on. Let's start off in Lamu.
Holiday weather.
A bit of holiday weather.
Not really, not from midday, but I guess the light showers. Well, not really, because from 1 to around 3 p.m., there's 70% of rain expected in Lamu. But apart from that, it's looking decent, 32 degrees, those are the highs. And as we speak, 26 degrees, it's a sunny day all through. But yes, what about the precipitation?
So in as far as precipitation is concerned, 6.1 millimeters. So yes, quite some considerable rainfall there. You take a look at Mombasa, because I'd seen they had given a warning about excessive heat in Mombasa.
27 degrees, but feels like 30.
As we speak. It promises to be a sunny day throughout. This is probably the best holiday weather, but you've seen that warning that there will be excessive heat in Mombasa today. Chances of rainfall minimal, 0.8 millimeters. So it promises to be a sunny day. A bit of cloud cover in the morning, highs of 31 degrees, but the sun will be out in all its splendor.
So if you're from Mombasa, just make sure that you hydrate the entire day. Drink lots and lots of water.
Oh yes.
Sunscreen. Fred, do you use sunscreen?
I don't need to. This is natural African skin. Perfect to African weather.
That is the most old school thinking. I need to school him. Let's talk after this.
All right. In Marsabit, 20 degrees Celsius as we speak, feels like 23. They also expect some rainfall for the better part of the day, starting mid-morning. Highs of 23 degrees, no, 26 degrees. So, kunanyesha Marsabit leo.
80% chances of rain, actually. And let's just take a look at the precipitation there. 13.7. So, yes, quite a substantial amount of rain expected there.
In Eldoret,
let's take a look at what's happening in Eldoret.
Chilly day.
Like 14. Yes, quite a chilly day indeed. Seems like until 11 midday, it's okay. No rain expected. 21 degrees is the highs. Of course, right now, 13 degrees. And then later on in the afternoon, we're expecting showers all through until evening with a chance of up to 80% at around 2. That is 13 millimeters expected in Eldoret of rain.
Let's go to the lakeside city of Kisumu. Sunny day for the better part of the morning and into the afternoon, but mid-afternoon the rain starts as well. So highs of 26 degrees Celsius in Kisumu. And as far as rainfall is concerned, 15.2 millimeters of rain. So yes, hapo kuna mvua deadly.
What's happening here in the capital?
Let's come back to Nairobi and take a look. Tujue kama kutanyesha leo. Yes.
Of course, chances of raining from 3 p.m. onwards, and that is 70% actually from 4 p.m. 24 degrees are the highs that we're expecting throughout the day. But yes, up until 2 p.m. we seem to be having clear weather. And let's take a look at the precipitation. 6.1, so not so high, but average amount of rain
Nairobi.
Expected.
If that is the confirmation you're waiting for,
it is there. It has arrived.
All right, let's come back and take a look at traffic situation, but probably we should leave it till 1:30 the hour.
Yeah.
But mbona inaleta mshike. Okay. It's green all over.
Yes.
Even around Pangani. So let's probably leave it until later on at 1:30 the hour.
Well, there seems to be a build-up there. It is a bit yellow.
Avenue, but nothing much.
And of course, the usual Nairobi Expressway, the exit right there. But why is there a block right here?
Because there's a lot of construction happening around here. This is where they're building the new exit into town.
That's probably why.
Yes. But traffic at this time, I think there's not much to report.
Lusaka Road as well, there is a bit of a red patch right there. But yes, maybe we shall report it at around 6:30 p.m. a.m. rather. That's when we'll find out what's happening.
All right, let's now take a look at the papers in depth. Right, tukianza na gazeti la Taifa Leo, wanasema serikali za kaunti zimeshirikiana na ile ya kitaifa kubomolea wakazi nyumba walioziishi kwa miaka mingi. I think one of the best examples is Woodley Estate here in Nairobi. So wanasema nyumba za machozi, ubomoaji, mpango wa ujenzi wa nyumba za bei nafuu ambao ulianzishwa na serikali ya Kenya Kwanza umebadilika kuwa machozi. Sio tu kwa wanaobebeshwa mzigo wa ushuru, kuna wanabomolewa makazi yao, bali pia kwa wanakandarasi. So to the contractors who are undertaking this affordable housing project, they are also crying. Those whose houses are being demolished, they are complaining. And of course, for those of us who are being deducted the 1.5% housing levy, kuna payslip imeumia pale. So hiyo ndo habari kuu kwenye ukurasa wa mbele wa Taifa Leo. Vidokezo zaidi kwenye gazeti hili, ashtaki pasta kumchafulia jina kanisani. Sikiza hii. Kiongozi wa vijana ashtaki pasta kumweka katika hatari ya kukosa msichana wa kuoa.
Oh.
I think the pastor said something about him. And then now he's a youth leader. Now he's saying now whatever the pastor said.
It's because...
no, it is putting me at risk of not getting a bride.
So he's
going to court.
So he's going to court for that?
Yes. Vita kati ya Hezbollah na Israel vyaisha. Vita kati ya Israel na kundi la Hezbollah vimedumu kwa miezi 14.
The international news.
Yes, na pigo kwa Kenya Power mahakamani. Lakini pale juu wanasema kioja cha mabunge mawili Nyamira. Vita vya ubabe vinazidi kutikisa bunge la kaunti ya Nyamira, huku mirengo miwili ya madiwani ikiandaa vikao viwili vya shughuli za bunge. Lakini kuna kwenye masuala ya michezo hapa anasema Arsenal wa Man City woi. Klabu za mechi ya klabu bingwa Ulaya hofu tele kuhusu makali ya Arsenal. This after Arsenal beat Sporting Lisbon 5-1.
Wow.
And then Manchester.
Are you a Manchester United fan?
No, I'm an Arsenal fan.
That's why you're laughing.
No, it's Arsenal wa Manchester City boy. Manchester City.
It's the headline.
They were 3-0 up.
Yes.
And then they ended up
5-1.
getting 3-3.
Wow.
So they lost a 3-0 lead in the Champions League, which was very, very sad for that team. Right.
This is People Daily. 24 Kenyans seized over bank fraud. Sophisticated suspects siphoned billions through fraudulent scripts on after altering system security protocols of financial institutions. That is on page 4. So they actually talked about this white-collar crime, how it happened, what led to it, and how it was a sophisticated crime with the suspect siphoning billions.
There are reports that even Interpol is coming, is pursuing some few Kenyan youth who have been involved in some of this white-collar crime.
Wow.
Carding is one of them. Wale wanasema wanafanya kazi ya forex online.
Oh, very, very interesting.
So we'll see what happens.
Mountain Courts, Kalonzo.
Yes. There's some elders, Kikuyu elders yesterday announced that they've admitted the Kamba community into Gema. So Gikuyu, Embu, Meru, the A was initially association, now they're saying is Akamba.
Okay, so it's changed.
It's changed.
Boost for Raila as Mauritius PM backs him for AU top job. Of course, this is a top story that we are going to be looking at. It's also on other newspapers. That's on page 5. And new tough rules for surrogate parenting. Interesting. That's on page 8. Plus, why it would cost Kenya 61.5 million shillings to sack coach Firat.
Yes, again, Firat, I think, has come to the end of his deal with Harambee Stars after Kenya failed to qualify for any. And it would actually cost him
we'll have to pay him 61.5 million shillings.
Where? Kuna kazi. Daily Nation. Adani deals, court demands proof of termination. Indian farmer bagged power lines contract with the JKI tender lined up. Now a judge has directed the government to table evidence on the revocation of 2 multi-billion shilling deals involving controversial Indian conglomerate Adani Group. President William Ruto ordered the cancellation last week following a bribery indictment by US authorities. So the court says because there was an ongoing case in court, and the petitioner said, yes, the president may have announced that he has cancelled, but there's no proof. How would we know? So, Metisha proof. End of Azimio? That's a question. So apparently today, Na Kenya Party, which is led by Martha Karua, will be holding the National Delegates Convention to formally withdraw from the opposition coalition, signaling the impending collapse of the outfit as more affiliate parties plot to exit. Of course, Raila Odinga and his ODM are part of government now, although they say they are not. Others, including Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka and the Democratic Action Party, DAP-K, which is led by Eugene Wamalwa, they've also hinted at ditching the coalition, saying they were making wide consultations before the move. And you have an image there of the leaders of Azimio, how it was. This is a file photo back then in 2023. Right now, it is rare to see them together.
That particular story right there about the drug trafficker Joyce Akini, who finally runs out of luck.
Yeah,
you know, she's been on trial for 4 years, and she's been in the news for all the wrong reasons. She also accused her ex-husband of actually being a drug trafficker. She put all the blame on him publicly. And yes, now she has officially, finally been held accountable. She runs out of luck and she's been found guilty of drug trafficking.
Yes, a few years back she used to be on the front pages of dailies quite regularly. Joyce Akini. You can read more of that story on page 3. Senators unite to reject bill seeking to buy MPs from Harambes is on the back page of this paper. So MPs have opposed the regulation of Harambes. This was a government-sponsored bill seeking to lock public officers from fundraising, but MPs have said, we're not going to support that one.
Moving on, let's take a look at what's happening in the Standard. Fresh split hits review of varsity funding model. Now, a team reviewing the controversial new university funding formula is riding a fresh storm with revelations that student representatives are demanding that the controversial 5 bands that determine the level of state of support for learners be collapsed to only 3, something university administrators and scholars say would lead to financial distress for the institutions. And of course, 129, that's the number of members of the National Working Committee who will be reviewing this new university funding model that has been set up by President William Ruto following complaints by students and members of the public.
Right. So yes, at least this is the first piece of news we've heard from that committee, that
Yes.
they are reviewing the funding model.
Finally.
But they're already split. They're not agreeing.
Yeah.
There's a very interesting story here. Medics are calling a work boycott after intern doctor's death. This is the latest suicide
Yes.
involving.
So KPM PDU yesterday, actually, they put out a nationwide strike starting on Saturday after this particular incident where there was an intern, a doctor who actually committed suicide in his house. And yes, they have been echoing grievances of poor working conditions for the longest time. This isn't the first case that we have seen where an intern has committed suicide. Just a few months ago, there was another case of the same.
I think this is a fourth.
This is, yes,
in
this
as
year.
many months, yes.
This, absolutely. So yeah, there has been long-standing grievances, you know, it seems like nothing has been done so far to address doctors' concerns.
Well, yes, so a strike by medical doctors looming beginning this Saturday. ODM embraces consensus to avert a poll fallout, and I think they've decided not to go with a ballot, so they're just agreeing on who takes over where. And the other story, and this is interesting, cries of ex-lands boss with a record over 200 cases. So this one gentleman is called Wilson Gashanja. He's a former lands commissioner, and he was a very famous gentleman during the Moi days. He left office over 20 years ago. He claims countless cases are haunting him, most of which he says he has nothing to do with.
Anything with.
And nor can he barely remember.
He says they've cost him 178 million shillings.
He's always fighting court cases.
Yes.
He's always in court. And sometimes he cannot even attend court properly because these cases are all over the country. There are over 200 cases. Some of them fall on the same day in Mombasa, Malindi, and Eldoret, and he cannot even attend them.
Now he says, please stop them. Enough is enough.
Now he has to pay lawyers to attend court on his behalf because physically it's impossible. Wilson Gashanja, you can read more of that story on page 12 of the Standard. All right, quite a busy front page there.
That is the Star. Auditors could access secret security spend. Lawmakers rally behind proposed changes to Public Audit Act, and that's on page 4 to 5 of the Star newspaper. Of course, that's an interesting story. Right there on the right, we see a photo of Martha Karua, once again talking about how I endured betrayal in Kibaki's hands, never his insider. So some more insights being revealed that is from her book, indeed, on page 8. I feel like every day there is something about
I think they're
what she
serializing.
said.
The Star is serializing her book.
There's an excerpt from her book.
Yes.
Every day they talk about something that she said in her book or something that had happened and she had narrated in her book.
Right.
Interesting.
Okia Omtata is also on the front page of the Star. He says, I'll take on Ruto in 2027. Senator Okia Omtata, and we see him yesterday inaugurating his Presidential Exploratory Committee, whose mandate is to assess his chances for 2027 presidential contest.
All right, so good news to farmers, actually, that the rains will continue. Watch out, it will be a gloomy, wet week, warns Met Department. Good news to farmers and a not so good news to those planning outdoor activities such as graduation parties, because heavy rainfall will continue into the weekend. The weatherman said the rains will especially be heavy in western, including Turkana and Samburu counties, up until Saturday.
All right.
So a rainy weekend is expected.
So those are planning weddings for this Saturday.
I actually have a friend who has a wedding ceremony, and she was very distressed because her photo shoot was supposed to be outside, outdoors.
But maybe there will be that window
Yeah.
of sunlight for a few hours.
Or she could just have a romantic Bollywood photo shoot in the rain.
Matters Business. Safaricom opens new M-Pesa fund after ownership wrangles. This is Matters Business. They say the ownership fight over a Safaricom-backed Mali unit trust has forced the telecom's operator to form a rival fund, dropping Genghis capital and embracing new fund managers. Yes. Why Kenyan mineral dealers are stuck with 42,000 tons in stock. This is dealers in minerals are stuck with a stockpile of more than 42,000 metric tons worth of millions of shillings after President William Ruto's administration classified 14 minerals strategic, transferring the authority to explore, mine, and trade to the states. Other quick highlights on the ticker: MPs reject bid to cut counties' funds on missed targets. And Kenya's public debt rises 2% to 229 billion shillings. Elsewhere, Kakuzi issues profit warning on Middle East tensions, and smartphone imports fall on protests. So apparently, people are not buying many phones because there's no money. New smartphone shipments to Kenya have significantly dropped for 2 consecutive quarters for the first time in over 5 years because of a dip in disposable income.
Or I have another theory. We could be seeing more and more cases of phones being brought in illegally through smuggling, through routes that are not
to avoid
paying taxes. Or it could be that people are getting smarter. Who knows?
Or people simply don't have money to buy phones.
Or it could be that either.
Yeah. All right, so those are the dailies, and as we wrap up, let's take a look at the cartoons. A bit complex today. So the cartoon on the star is pretty simple. We have a caricature of someone standing with a gentleman who's resembles the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga in his back pocket.
And who would this gentleman be, the gentleman standing?
He's a pink kaunda suit.
Yes.
Like the one that the president wore in his recent tour of Kisumu. So could be the president.
Could be.
So with Raila Odinga in his pocket, and now he's just high-fiving. This is governor for Kisumu, Anyang, you can tell from the beard.
Yes.
This is James Orengo. So now he's just high-fiving. And all these people are all eager to stretch their hands and shake the president's
hands with the president.
Yeah. Why? Because he has Raila Odinga in his pocket now. That's a cartoonist.
In his back pocket.
According to the cartoonist,
not us.
At the Star. People Daily.
Violence. This is what happens when the weather is too predictable.
So we have a ballot box here. ODM grassroots elections. So they were hoping to actually to conduct these grassroots elections with people actually voting.
And that's an orange, of course.
Yes, this is orange. But it would appear this orange is now covering the ballot box. So they won't go for the ballot process. Instead, as we've seen, they've opted for consensus to avert a fallout. So, because they do expect this, there's a dark cloud hanging over it of violence.
Thunderstorms.
Wakijaribu kupiga kura, kutakuwa na vita. So the weather is too predictable. So they decided to use consensus.
Fit Akamba into Gema. That's exactly what was actually in one of the newspapers, right? The story that we saw.
So you have this gentleman seated right next to the mulima with his crown on his head.
And this gentleman
amefunga milango zote, but then there's a guy who's trying to
climb the door.
Yes.
And jump onto the other side.
Yes, and that story actually, they say Akamba has joined Gema, and there was a group of Kikuyu elders who announced that they have now included the Akamba community as part of the Gikuyu Embu Meru Association. Now it's Akamba.
Akamba, not association anymore.
Gema.
Peacekeeping, global trade, regional leadership, democracy. And that is, of course, Musalia Mudavadi, that says 60 foreign affairs, 60 affairs. And at the back, we see a shadow creeping up on him that says, in fact, it's his shadow actually, because they're holding the same position. It says abductions, corruption, tribalism, stealing, and elections. And the reason why abductions are the top over there is because of Besigye, right? The recent abduction of Besigye in Kenya.
So this week, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs marked 60 years of Kenya's diplomacy.
And that's the vision.
This year is highlighting the many, what do you call them, achievements of Kenya's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. But of course, they don't mention
any
a lot of
those
things
at the back, things that are creeping up and things that are hidden, of course. Abductions, corruption, tribalism, stealing, as well as stealing elections. That is one statement, not just stealing an election.
So that's those are the cartoons. As we wrap up this news review, let's take a look at the traffic situation before we take a break. Tuone kama mambo imegeuka. Yes, and you can see, yes.
It has, actually. Muthaiga Square, Nairobi, that is, which road is that?
This is Pangani Interchange. So we do have, if you're coming from Thika Road or Kiambu Road, do expect this signal up here, but this is usual. After that, you can either use Muranga Road or Forest Road towards town. So a bit of a signal up there, but it's not as bad as it was yesterday. Jana vile kulinyesha hapa ilikuwa imerudi mpaka huku nyuma. So that's as far as that section is concerned. If we get into town, Haile Selassie is getting very busy. All the way from Uhuru Highway, you can see patches of red here. And once you get into Haile Selassie Avenue towards the Bomb Blast Memorial area, there's a bit of traffic there because the matatus are there. Areas around Machakos bus station, Marikiti in town, also getting busy as people try to get holiday travel. Jogoo Road too, also looking a bit busy, but nothing much to worry about. Makadara areas, kawaida. This is inside Buruburu. Watu wanatoka Buruburu sahi, but on the main highway to town, it's not looking so bad. Mombasa Road looking smooth all the way into town. Of course, there are sections that are slow, especially where you have exits
and the
entries
expressway.
Onto the expressway.
Yes.
But other than that, that section of the road is looking good. We go to the other side of town, and this is Wayaki. We're also looking good. Nothing much to worry about from that area as well, getting into town.
Right.
Southern part of the...
Gong Road right there, the roundabout especially.
Yes, this is the area around Prestige Plaza.
Yes, so it seems to be having a bit of traffic.
Quite busy
right now. Busy right there.
Finally, Langata Road is looking good, all the way from the, what do you call this? Animal Orphanage down past Ulinzi Sports Complex, Uhuru Gardens, and all the way into town. It's looking good. The Southern Bypass too is looking fine, as at 35 minutes past 6. So the traffic situation today is not as bad as it was yesterday.
As yesterday, actually.
Yesterday when it rained, there was chaos all over.
Yeah, but today it seems to be okay.
So remember, it is Thanksgiving in the US, and we'll be having turkey in studio.
Yes. 8 a.m. onwards, that's the plan right here on the Morning Cafe show, only on TV 47. We will be having turkey in studio to celebrate Thanksgiving Day. All
right. Before that, we'll be looking at the headlines with these three gentlemen. Wilson Sossion, former MP, who also served as the Secretary General of the National Union of Teachers. Also, Professor Fred Ogola will be in studio, and Daniel Orogo, our political analyst. So do stand by for that after the break.
Vile unavyojua watoto wengi sana hawana namna. Mimi ningependelea watoto wasome.
I'm here to stress on education. At the same time, let us actually do any kind of sport that we are doing. Sport speaks the best language to everybody.
Tunataka tutafute talents. Zile raw talents kutoka kule nyumbani mashinani mahali tuko leo.
Hizi mbio za Chepsaita, like all other sports, zinaleta watu pamoja.
We want to use this event to uplift the lives of the community.
Anafurahia hii mchezo sana. Hata sikaange naambianga watu tuende Chepsaita.
Wanafunzi wakimbie ili wakuze talanta ya mbio ama kuhimiza tena elimu.
This is the place to be. Hapa ndipo mahali wanastahili kuwa tarehe 7. Wale watoto walikimbia last year, wamekimbia mpaka wamefuka mipaka zetu za Kenya.
Hey there friends, welcome to Kids on the Block, where fun and imagination come alive. We dive into magical world filled with exciting adventures and awesome friends.
What position were you in?
I was number 2.
What position were you?
Number 1.
He decided to cross the bridge by his house and look for food on the other side.
We're going to do half cup of chocolate chips, and the other one, we're going to do half cup of the blueberries.
So, grab your imagination hats and get ready to explore with us. Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. for new friends, amazing stories, and tons of laughter.
Join us as we explore the journeys of those who defy the odds and break barriers. We dive deep into the stories of triumph.
Sometimes when parenting a child with a special need or whatever disability, family life becomes a bit complicated and you may end up raising the child on your own.
Here, we inspire.
I have a farm which one we showcase with other dyslexic youths and autism how to farm.
Motivate.
It's never easy, but what we do, the best thing is to work with another parent who has an elder child than yours.
And break through the barriers one story at a time. Push your boundaries beyond the limit. Saturdays at 8 p.m. The Grind, where business meets brilliance. It's not just about the ideas.
I was working as a shampoo boy. I used to wash clients' hair on the sink.
It's about making them happen. From big wins.
In primary school, when we would be asked what people want to be, I was categorical that I want to be a nurse.
To hard lessons.
The consoles change, the gaming equipment keep changing.
We cover it all. Tune in to The Grind, where every episode is packed with insights.
The person who is serving customers, always be a customer-centric.
Strategies.
When you pay attention to detail, you get luxury items.
And stories to fuel your ambition. Don't just dream it, grind it. Mondays at 7:30 p.m.
Jiunge nasi tunapoangazia safari za viongozi bora. Kutoka kwa ushindi mkubwa hadi masomo magumu.
Wakati wetu kwamba wasichana si wa kusoma, ni wa kuolewa, ng'ombe ipatikane, wazazi wakuwa watajiri.
Tunashughulikia yote.
I wish I were a better investor.
My parents taught me how to look for things for myself.
Tazama Mfahamu Kiongozi.
My inner world so much that it was like something, like a spirit of heaviness just lift. We get to do it.
Right, welcome back. Time for us to take a look at the dailies today. Headlines are quite varied across all dailies. A fresh split hits review of varsity funding model is a big headline on the front page of the Standard today. The Adani deals, court demands proof of termination. That's a Daily Nation with a smaller headline there. End of Azimio. On the Star, auditors could access secret security spend. And I think People Daily has gone with a story about fraud. 24 Kenyans seized over bank fraud, but also makes mention of this story, Mountain Courts Kalonzo. That's also a big discussion there. That also features, I think, on the front page of the Standard. Akamba rejoins Gema. On the front page of the Star, there's also a photo of Okiya Omtata, Senator Okiya Omtata, who yesterday inaugurated his Presidential Exploratory Committee with the mandate of assessing his chances for 2027 presidential contest. This morning we're privileged to have in studio for this conversation, beginning on my immediate right, Wilson Sosion, a former MP and also served at one time as Secretary General of the National Union of Teachers, a teacher by profession as well. Karibu sana, Bwana Sosion.
Asante sana.
Next to Bwana Sosion, you have Professor Fred Ogola, also a teacher and governance expert. Karibu sana, Bwana Ogola.
Asante, Fred.
We also have a political analyst, Daniel Lorogo, with us. Good morning, Daniel. Karibu sana.
Good morning.
Let's start off with matters education. For the first time in quite a long time, we see this discussion about the university funding model making a comeback. So, a few months back, President William Ruto unveiled this National Working Committee to review the university funding model. He set it up with 129 members. Now, this is the first conversation we're hearing from them, and they say that this team reviewing the controversial new university funding model formula is riding a fresh storm with revelations that student representatives are demanding that the controversial 5 bands that determine the level of state support for learners be collapsed to only 3, something university administrators and scholars say would lead to financial distress for the institutions. I know matters education are very, Bwana Sosion is very passionate about this. So let's start with you, Bwana Sosion. 129 members committee. Many people felt that the number was just too high. We're already seeing a split in the discussions there. Could the high number of members of this committee be a problem in itself?
Well, it's too early to talk of a split, but there is always divergence of opinion in the process. I want to believe it is a debate of an active process, and eventually we will get the product. What the students are pushing, from my understanding, is that they would like to be placed within band 1, band 2, and band 3. The other side of the argument is that it's going to cause distress in the financing of universities. The reason why the philosophy of changing the funding model was to rationalize the household cost or burden of both maintenance allowance and of fees for students who really would be fees paying and who qualify to pay. But those would fall in band 1, and I would like everybody to look at band 1. Who's supposed to be in band 1? The most vulnerable from the poorest household. They're entitled to maintenance allowance of 60,000 and at least 95% of both scholarship and loan. And the intention was to speak to the bottom up. What does that mean? When you make all students to pay equal amount of fees as household, there are households that cannot raise even the fee that was being demanded by the universities. Because if you look at it in average, from when the household fee payment started, I think around 1992, that's when I was leaving the university, it was 16,000 shillings. And it has remained 16,000 since 1992. And what the universities have done is to revise through the back door using the different voltage, and you'll get that a household ends up paying 50,000 per year, which is too huge. So the reason from the professional analysis was that, yes, universities must be enhanced in terms of financing. And that is when we sat and developed the education charter, and which eventually ended up with the Presidential Working Party. And one recommendation was that enhance the funding, which was enhanced from 13 billion help to 30 billion, so that students could be properly financed. And the universities generally enhanced in funding from 54 billion up to 84. But with this enhanced revenue stream from national government, there was need to remodel and migrate from DUC to student-based capitation, and therefore there was also need to cost every course at the university, because it has always been costed anyway, so that then you give a fee statement to a student that consolidates the total cost. It is good to communicate. It's the first time that we are moving to a more transparent way of costing education, and then agreeing now what does the government do, what is the obligation of government and what is obligation of household. The only problem that came up is the process of conceiving this new model. It never went through extensive public participation, and which I think is being cured by this group. I am comfortable even if the membership was 500, because the bigger the better. Because
does the number of members
no, it doesn't matter, because because I want to believe that even this product, once it comes out, it should go through some process of validation by universities and other
Professor
stakeholders,
Gola, do you
so
feel
that
like
then,
now we're
so
having
that
the
then
proper conversation?
we get it right. The most important thing is to get it right, and we ensure that students from completely poor households are properly taken care of.
We're coming from
and
a point
the
where
universities
the already had
come back
this
to life.
presidential working party on matters education, whose recommendations were shelved somewhere and we never got to know about them. Now we have a 129-member team looking at this model that has caused a lot of controversy. Are you certain, are you confident that this is the best way to approach this debate?
Not because we are still in the era of the 1980s, if not below, because the strategy for the second president of the Republic of Kenya has always been, you set up something, then it's not working, then you set up a commission to look at it, then when the commission's report is not sufficient, you set up a commission to investigate that commission's reports, then if that's not working, then again you set up another committee to review and give you a way forward. And the President Working Party was set up at least 1 week or so after President William Ruto was inaugurated in September last year, in 2022. It is still not done its work, but students are in school. The ones who are not accessing educations, the ones who cannot, whose future is being wasted. Imagine, Fred, if 2 years you are not able to go to school, what happens? So, and also at the same time, the fundamental problem has not been addressed. Even when I hear the issue of reducing the bands from 5 to 3, let me state that the bands do not relate with the real economic situation on the ground. I'm an economist. 46% of Kenyans are below the poverty line. The band 1, which will talk about the vulnerable people, addresses 12%, which means that there's a serious deficit. Even arithmetically, it does not make sense. The number of 129, it doesn't matter if there's nobody thinking among the 129 people, because it's not about the number of people, it's about somebody who fundamentally knows what needs to happen. They say that the success of a group is as good as the success of the most intelligent person in the group. So if you look at the fundamentals here, the thing relates to economics, it does not add up economically because the bands is not good. Then secondly, secondary education, and I'm sure my brother here, Sosion, is here. I'm a professor. I'm a DVC of a university. We know that university education should be an environment of equality, neutrality, and freedom. Money should never be an avenue of assessing who gets education or not. I was a Kenyan. I went to Spain. I got a PhD scholarship against Spanish people given by European Union. It was not to do with my poverty or lack of it. It was just to do, you sit for exam, I did a GMAT, I scored 96th percentile, I got a European Union scholarship, 5-year scholarship. They didn't check whether my father is a chief or my father is a catechist. They never check whether my father is a minister. And I was in that class, some people who come from highly privileged families, the same scholarship. So there should be quality. You know, when you must pursue education, it's about university education is not a necessity. That's why you talk about basic education, we talk about primary education, then you talk about tertiary education. So for that matter, if you are called comrade, like, you know, I'm sure, Sosion, you are called a comrade because you graduated from a university in Kenya, isn't it? Comrade should not be comrade of band 1, comrade of band 2, comrade of band 3. It should be a comrade, equal. How would you feel, Fred, if you are in campus and some people are in band 1, some in band 2, band 3, so you are going to be seen as you are the most vulnerable comrade. Let it just be equal. The system, the model was working before. There was no need to interfere with that thing anymore. And the people who get to qualify university education, the numbers and the percentages can actually give them access to get the education. So according to me, fundamentally it's not wrong. Then secondly, these people, Kenya Kwanza had the intention of reducing how much money they put in capitation in education. So that's the fundamental thing. And let me put this clearly. Remember that in the year 2023, when the exams were ending, I'm sure exams have just begun in 2024, more than 52% of students who did KCSE failed, they got more than a C minus, meaning below C minus, meaning they cannot access education. So the capitation which was put there was that the government invested less money in capitation that year, and the budget was put in the Kenya national budget, they spent less. Where did that money go? So even this system is about how can you reduce the money you are giving to the students to cut the budget in education, and this is why everybody is complaining. In fact, even there's lecturers who are on strike. I was talking to one student who was telling me, Professor, the lecturers who are on strike, who are not teaching, we don't care because they were not teaching even before the strike.
All right.
Because they were not teaching because they are not motivated.
Okay, there's that issue about means testing, this bands that we're talking about. And there's been even controversy where two people from the same family are classified into different bands. That is one of the concerns that Kenyans have, that the system for means testing probably is not up to par with the requirements of this. Are we having the right conversation if we're still talking about reducing the bans or increasing the bans? Is this a conversation we should be having at this time?
Well, I think, Fred, right question is that we should expect by rationale that, you know, the means of testing, what is called MTI, in determining whether you are from band 1 or to band 5, was yielding that we get the right candidates who require either scholarships or loans. But Fred, also, I normally look at a fair assessment of issues. I mean, we are coming on a background where, and I understand, probably where the government, through the ministry, is foreseeing the future of education or centers of excellence. Look at an article I was reading yesterday talking about how the government and sustaining government has previously chartered a number of universities without really looking at how would this be, would be sustained and well managed so that learners would get access to quality education. Even on the background where we are having, more university collapsing because it cannot be sustained. And, the time when universities were in a forest opening campuses and without not really doing financial feasibility. We also make sure that within the time, there's a previously discussion before this about when their self-sponsored students were able, vis-a-vis those who are being, sponsored by the government from the needy families. So basically, we are trying to have a discussion, a dialogue whether any, initiative from the task force would be able, to strike a balance between making sure that, we have identified the right learners who are qualified and require support from government in terms of scholarship and even loans. So I think reading from this is basically having a conversation where with the stakeholders in the ministry or education stakeholders ensure that the right kind of tool is, supporting MTI so that the 8 variables that are indicated, I think they're indicated, how then would you determine when a student really is in need and require the government support? And they're mentioning family income, school attended, family size, disability. I think the proposal would be, I am against proposal to collapse band 4 and band 5. For the discussion that I said, probably there are other people and self-sponsored students who are able to sustain. And therefore, touching and collapsing that would necessarily be a tragedy in terms of ensuring that funds are able to sustain universities and other institutions of learning. But equally for band 1, 2, and 3, to make sure that students who really require support, then I think I would agree with the Minister of Education by saying that instead of us collapsing, then would there be a conversation around extensive, in fact, there is an existence. There's a number of technological avenues that could be used by the ministry to make sure that there are systems of actually detecting and sensing and actually having students who really require the support. But again, human error, in terms of what you've just mentioned, that it all boils down again to our value system, the things we keep on mentioning here. Because then you're saying you might find that in one family, a number of people are supported probably through a falsified information as they are applying for scholarship. And therefore, that means that other needy students probably would be locked down because then there is fictitious systems in terms of application. I think for us now, as what Sosion has said, and Prof probably, could we then open a conversation? I prefer that then public participation, but equally a meaningful citizen engagement towards ensuring that MTI really works. What are other technologies? What are other measures that could be put in place to make sure that rightful, needy students really qualify, instead of saying that we are abandoning this band 4 and band 5 because now it is not sustainable. But then if we do that, there are other people who are willing to sponsor themselves and who really are in a position to do that. So the moment you collapse it, then you are killing a system that would sustain university education as well.
All right. So at least that conversation is there. Very briefly before we go on.
I think that's an excellent summary. Probably after the team that is working develop the model, which includes even the MTI itself. If what we have is outdated, then it must be upgraded to be fit for purpose for the modern times. Maybe that report can be subjected to a national conference of stakeholders so that then they can brainstorm further and tailor it to fit the country. And also listen to the pleas of the students. And in my own view, if I was to give submission to the same, all students who are admitted through COOPs can all be placed between band 1, band 2, and band 3. And band 4 and 5, because now we have a candidate of 1 million KCSE candidates. And the proficiency to undertake university degrees, I'm looking at 500,000 of them are proficient enough. Then we should consider opening up an avenue of fee paying.
Like self-sponsored.
Yes, self-sponsored. So that then those could occupy levels of band.
Sounds more or less like what we had before, where we had parallel.
We must open our universities. So that, and if that is done, in 1 year, we will not be talking about difficulties of COOP students.
Let's hold that conversation there.
And also
it's time for us to take a break. We'll be back to continue with other conversations as we continue looking at the headlines. You're watching Morning Cafe.
Vile unavyojua watoto wengi sana hawana namna. Mimi ningependelea watoto wasome.
I'm here to stress on education. At the same time, let us actually do any kind of sport that we are doing. Sport speaks the best language to everybody.
Tunataka tutafute talents. Zile raw talents kutoka kule nyumbani mashinani mahali tuko leo.
Hizi mbio za Chepsaita, like all other sports, zinaleta watu pamoja.
We want to use this event to uplift the lives of the community.
Anafurahia hii mchezo sana. Hata sikaange naambianga watu tuende Chepsaita.
Wanafunzi wakimbie ili wakuze talanta ya mbio ama kuhimiza tena elimu.
This is the place to be. Hapa ndipo mahali wanastahili kuwa tarehe 7. Wale watoto walikimbia last year, wamekimbia mpaka wamefuka mipaka zetu za Kenya.
Hey there, friends. Welcome to Kids on the Block, where fun and imagination come alive. We dive into magical world filled with exciting adventures and awesome friends.
What position were you in?
I was number 2.
What position were you? Number 1.
He decided to cross the bridge by his house and look for food on the other side.
We're going to do half cup of chocolate chips, and the other one, we're going to do half cup of the blueberries.
So, grab your imagination hats and get ready to explore with us. Join us every Saturday
086 for logbook and car financing. For more information, visit www.bays.co.ke. Bays Instant Affordable Loans. Bays is licensed by the CBK.
All right, welcome back. You're watching Morning Cafe on TV 47. We continue looking at the headlines with Wilson Sosion, Professor Fred Ogola, and Daniel Orogo. And we move on now from issues of education and take a look at some political news that is on the front pages. End of Azimio. There's a headline on the front page of the Daily Nation. And they say, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya 2022 presidential running mate Martha Karua will today lead her party, Na Kenya, in a national delegates convention to formally withdraw from the opposition coalition, signaling the impending collapse of the outfit as more affiliate parties plot exit. DAP-K, which is led by Eugene Wamalwa, and Wiper, which is led by Kalonzo Musyoka, also considering exiting the coalition. And we do ask, is this the end of the opposition? We've seen what has been happening with ODM, which incidentally is also conducting grassroots elections with varied success. And now we're seeing this headline, end of Azimio. And one wonders, is this the end of opposition parties as we know them in Kenya?
I want to believe that political parties form the building blocks of democracy and growth of democracy in any country. And we should have strong and stable political parties that outlive the political challenges of the day. Mm-hmm. But I think what we have heard in Kenya are selfish, temporary entities that are only used for power. Mm-hmm. Once an election is over, the parties become useless. But in ordinary organized democracies, political parties are even stronger after elections, because a political party is the laboratory for incubation of government policies. And so those policies should remain resident and alive in those political parties. And it should not just be that you wind up simply because you cannot see the means to power for that moment. That time will, you look at American elections. When Democratic Party was defeated and they lost the presidency, you didn't hear them banging tables, and they congratulated the other side. And I'm sure they've gone back to do their work within the Democratic Party. And there will be a national democratic convention in 2028. And of course, you'll wonder how long it has taken to organize that convention, because the convention of that party runs for about 5 days, very intensive days, with a lot of work, with a lot of research being undertaken, with a lot of policies being formulated. And those policies are deeply ingrained in the members, because for the intervening period outside election, members are deeply involved in policy formulation, debates, and decisions. But what we have developed in Kenya is that we create these parties and we get to know the parties towards election and how they form coalitions to win power. After winning power, we see fallouts and disagreements.
Yet we have parties like ODM that have, despite losing elections, have remained stable.
ODM has become one of the strongest political parties that has actually, from 2007 up to where we are, it has struggled. But don't forget, even Wiper was ODM Kenya. It is a breakaway from ODM itself. That's a fact. And when we saw this loose coalition of Azimio, where some of the parties were even forced to join. Some of them broke away eventually, like the PA of Amason Kingi, and joined the Kenya Kwanza coalition. And in the Kenya Kwanza coalition, the philosophy was democracy, and nobody was.
Is the situation any better within Kenya Kwanza coalition? Are you saying the parties are any better in
Well,
Kenya Kwanza?
because eventually we go through coalition process we can't avoid. It does come, and I think we hope we reach a time where we have single political parties contesting independently the presidency with grounded and sound policies that
Yet we've
can
seen,
stand the test.
Professor, we've seen how these parties have struggled even just to conduct grassroots elections. The UDA tried and failed. Despite the fact that Bwana Sosion would want us to believe that parties within Kenya Kwanza are slightly better. The ODM is trying right now, yet they've not been successful in conducting grassroots elections. They've just, and I think on the front pages, yes, ODM embraces consensus to avert poll fallout. What does it say about the strength of a party which is supposed to be the strongest in Kenya?
Yeah, first of all, Fred, let me state the following, that as an economist, which you cannot run an economy without knowing politics, so which means I have a lot of political consciousness and awareness. I have reviewed a lot of things. In fact, I've been even working with some people in ANC in South Africa, CCM in Tanzania. In Kenya, truth be said, Kenyans don't have political parties. What we have in Kenya is what is called in American democracy sororities and fraternities. Fraternities are people who come together like friends. If you go to ODM, if you look at Orengo, Anyang'o, look at those guys, they are friends who are they're fraternizing with each other, you understand? If you come to UDA, you also see who is there. You'll find that it's William Ruto, and they're just fraternizing. They are not political parties. And let me explain what a political party is. A political party must be for the people, for the socio-economic benefit of the people. Tell me how much ODM has achieved that. Tell me the grounds for UDA even. So neither, I'm Solomonic, I'm neither UDA-nomics or ODM-nomics. Me, I'm just Solomonic. And why I'm trying to say so is that a political party should hold the locus of control before and after the election. What I mean by locus of control is this. Immediately these people are elected in parliament, when MPs have gone to parliament, they can actually now start fraternizing with whom they want. Like you saw after the election, the people elected in the Azimio coalition, they were crossing to Karen as soon as President William Ruto was declared the president-elect. Had the political parties had the locus of control, they could actually punish these people, but they had no powers to do so. And let me give an example. In South Africa, why I talk about ANC is a political party. CCM is a political party. Democratic Party and even Republican Party are not even stronger political parties than ANC. Let me explain this. You can lose the presidency if ANC disagrees with you in South Africa. You saw what happened to Jacob Zuma. They can recall you. Tell me now, if UDA disagrees with William Ruto, if he can lose his presidency, he cannot. And tell me if ODM disagrees with Raila Odinga, if Raila Odinga cannot form another party tomorrow and becomes as powerful as ODM. Even more. So what we are having, ODM is not a political party, just like UDA, just like any other. And that's why I've been telling Kenyans that it's high time we form real political parties. In fact, I'm part of founding one, I can't say on television, whereby the political party can call the party leader and can put them to account. And the MPs going to parliament represent the ideology of the political party. Remember, ODM believes in social democracy. Now we have teams of experts moving from ODM to join a government they hated and they shouted at and they insulted, which they disagree with fundamentally. Now they are serving it. So what is the ODM ideology if they are now saying UDA and ODM is the same? But likewise, what is UDA's ideology if they now embrace ODM and give them the head of treasury? UDA believes in bottom-up, you understand, which was fundamentally different from trickle-down that was in Azimio. How comes now they take as the ODM former chairperson to lead the treasury of a political party that was fundamentally having a different ideology? It tells you these were just fraternized with each other. We can call it prostitution taking place, isn't it? There's no respect for anybody's ideology. In democratic kind of a system, there are some things you cannot disagree with. For example, if you are put as a candidate for Democratic Party, you cannot say you disagree with free abortion. You cannot. And the Republicans are saying that for them, they embrace the issue of conservatism. And you cannot disagree. Those are fundamentally theirs. How can fundamentalism and relativism sleep on the same bed and have the same dream and give birth to the same baby? It's impossible. But for us here, we are just joking with what political parties are, and don't listen to whether Azimio is dying or not. The question is Raila Odinga still having to have influence in ODM? If that is the case, ODM will survive.
So should we bother with such headlines
These
about
are useless
parties
headlines,
and coalitions? Bwana Orogo.
Yes.
I always persist on fair assessment. Look, we have idealism and practicalities of a political nature in this country. Looking at the website of Register of Political Parties, you've seen over 80 political parties that are registered in Kenya. And in those political parties that are registered, you wonder where they always outlive after the elections. And you can mention a few that has been very active and alive. Pre and post-election. So what does that tell you? Why would individuals or organizations form political parties and then go silent after elections? As Prof and Honorable Sosion is talking about, what then would be their ideological clinching over political parties with regards to an extension of democracy or living a democratic ideal in this country? I have painstakingly say that our political parties, as been mentioned, are quite unique, because one is that the composition of political parties normally begins to make sure that they are formed around ethnic interest. And how then would that further ethnicity? So call it any political party. The realities of political parties here. Look at their foundation. Look at their formation. Mention any political parties and then you'll either see ethnicity or you'll either see regionalism in their formation first, before onboarding the ideological or political formulation. So that is always one particular score in formation of political parties. Like right now, for example, talk about the formation of political parties in central Kenya in the context of what is happening right now. What would be the ideology of that political party? Talk about the formation of any political parties in Luo Nyanza or in Kisii. You saw Kisii leaders saying that this time they would form their own political parties. Because probably one is the reality is like formation of political parties around ethnicity, then galvanize the ethnic interest first. Personal interest, ethnic interest, regional interest first. And you see issues comes later. One of the things that we keep on reviewing as you form political parties is, do we now talk about ideologies or do we talk about the policy clinching? Where is these political parties, they are policy based? Because as Prof has mentioned, look, no understanding about ideologies. Ask any Kenyan in the street, what is the ideology of ODM? For example, just tell me, like your cameras zooms and have, goons in the streets. Ask any person, talking, tell me about the political ideology of ODM or, of UDA. At least for UDA, by that time, you could have mentioned what they're talking about, popularity of bottom-up economical transformation. So probably a vendor somewhere would tell you bottom up. But then question about what is about for the ODM, nobody knows. What is about for Jubilee, nobody knows. So I think it's right time then, could we then talk about what is our policy cleaning, or where are we lying in our policy? So I've also had this discussion to debunk the discussion about measuring our political parties. Of course, is comparatively looking at how would we measure our political parties with other political parties in our neighborhood or in, in our region. And the issues around, CCM probably has been mentioned. Look at, CCM had an ideological basis. The Ujamaa and socialism. But the reality is, does that still resonate with the context of what is happening in the context of change, globalization, and all these things? Democracy as is working out. Talk about ANC South Africa, because we also have ANC Kenya. So talking about ANC and around the strength of ANC in terms of the executive council, in terms of their party leader, in terms of even electing their leaders. We saw what almost happened in the last election in South Africa until ANC had to reach out to other political parties to gain the majority in parliament to form government. So the reality is, are we still looking at political parties surviving in the context of the current global issues that are happening right now? So lastly, on the election around Democrats and Republicans and all these things, I think you could actually see, even within the American elections, there's a lot of crossover, a lot of thin line in policies as well. And people toying whether to support Donald Trump for what he stood for. Because even on the Republican Party, there's others issues that are so extreme that a Republican would really not want to touch it. But look at the figurehead of the Republican Party, Donald Trump. The extreme things that he believes in, for example, immigration policies, for example, looking at issues of climate change, has Republicans reconciled themselves by the fact that there is a denial in the issue of climate change? Not really. Many of them, for example, are looking at there is a real issue here about global change, but our party leader is saying it is a scam. So those particular issues you look at and try to look at our context in the political parties, there is a lot of variance. But on the issues of ODM, I think let's also give the devil its due. All of us have agreed that ODM has tried as much as enough to hold a grassroots election. Whether it's consensus building, whether it's going through the ballot, there's something that will happen in the grassroots election. I know there will be a lot of petitions because the party has issued that if you are dissatisfied by the election, then you are able to petition. But the question is, if I petition about an executive committee member who has found his way, way again, would my voice be listened to?
The issue about ownership of these parties, because most of them have been reduced to clubs for politicians, that it's you and your few political friends who run the party. Do these grassroots elections serve any purpose?
And that is why now the big question is, how do we foster evolution of political parties to be removed from perception of being controlled by individuals and the selfish interest of a general election to institutions that outlast the existence of individuals? We probably need to do that. As a country, when you look at the Kenya Constitution 2010 and the manner in which political parties are managed, even the Political Parties Act, they become entities of the public. They're even financed by the taxpayers. The political parties are financed by the taxpayers. That communicates that these are very critical entities. And you see, Kenyans take time to understand, implement, and participate in the processes of the Constitution. Look at the public participation. Kenyans are becoming extremely active in 2024, but it started in 2010. So then for political parties, according to me, we should now be able to push political parties to be institutions with sound philosophies that are clear. For example, when you talk of UDA, it is bottom-up economic transformation agenda. It is a social democrat philosophy. So the party itself cannot do otherwise. It must live within that framework. Even if it must affiliate with other parties, it must affiliate with parties that conform to that philosophy. Then very quickly to internal democracies. Internal democracies must be protected. It should not be difficult to conduct grassroots election because the people who are participating in the grassroots election are members. And the members who have the right, the members who pay, the members who support. When you deny them the right also to vote, then you are reducing these institutions to be personal, and you are removing it from the very people who should have owned it. Having witnessed the American election, that even during campaigns, citizens are not paid money to campaign for the parties. Citizens mobilize resources to push their agenda and campaign for the party. So until and unless we push, whether for now they're ethnic based, maybe that would be a beginning point, because you may not stop that, whether they're ethnic based or whatever, but is it owned by the members? Even if it is ethnic based, because the truth is, the political parties that are ethnic based.
What is ownership of a political party? Is it the membership?
No. They look ethnic based.
Or is it the figurehead?
They look ethnic based, but they are not ethnic based. They are controlled by one individual.
Okay.
So the parties themselves should now be owned by the people.
Okay, Professor.
Let's let the people own the parties. Yeah. Let's allow internal democracies. And prior to
we don't have any party that has proper ownership
any
by
general
the
election, let's give the threshold even in terms of
membership,
conducting primaries.
Okay.
So that those who are nominated to run on those particular tickets are actually products of a democratic process.
Thank you,
where
Bwana
members have voted.
Yes,
can that really happen?
So Fred, to answer this question, whether these things matter or not, there's an important question. There's a talk I've been giving on who rules Kenya. I once gave a speech in South Africa on who rules South Africa. The answer was that South Africa is ruled by the middle class. ANC is owned by the middle class. So whenever the middle class suffers in
when you talk about ownership, what do you mean?
Rule means that if you look at the ranks, the people who are the leaders of ANC, and the people who back the ANC party, and the people who follow them, they are more in the US what's called Labour Party, because those are the parties of the working class. Mm-hmm. So South Africa is ruled by the middle class. People who have a pay slip. People saw that they want to remove South Africa from apartheid, and they took over the running of the country through ANC. It's just for the first time that ANC did not get majority in parliament, but they have been ruling South Africa as middle class. And no one would ever have policies that goes against the middle class and win the election. In Kenya, we are not that way, because Kenya is more of political, if you like, ethnic mobilization that people really hide on. And the day we shall have the answer in Kenya, we are being ruled by political capitalists. Political capitalists who invest in the party, and the party belongs to them. Mm-hmm. The ticket for UDA was being given in Karen, the same way the ticket for ODM was being given in Karen. So even if you are elected on the grassroots, you have no say. I was running for MP of Ugenya. I was looking for the ODM ticket in Ugenya. All the leaders of Ugenya constituency knew that I was the best leader to steer Ugenya to the next level. But they told me, Professor Sisi, we are with you, but go look for the ticket in Karen. That's what they'll tell you. So I don't know how to go to Karen, but I know how to access the people of Ugenya. Mm-hmm. So this becomes the serious challenge we're having. So ownership should be that if you're elected as leaders of Ugenya constituency leaders or wards, they should have a say in the outcome of who becomes a candidate for MCA, candidate for MP, senator, and governor. Look here. ODM, if you want to know that it's completely not a political party. John Buddy was the chairperson of ODM. He was seeking the ticket for Homa Bay. He didn't get. Mm-hmm. The chairperson. The person who owns the party, Raila Odinga, so the person Ida and Raila wanted got the ODM node for Homa Bay. I go to Nyamira. Nyamira County, my brother, Timothy Bosire, senior brother, also I taught him, he was my student in Strathmore. He did MBA, very good guy, qualified guy, straight guy, very ethical guy. He was looking for the ticket of Nyamira. National treasurer for ODM. He didn't get. How can the national treasurer for ODM does not get the ticket? And he wants it. Well, you can say democracy. Truth be said, is that means that party is not even by the people whom we see there. So for that matter, all the political parties in Kenya are governed by political capitalists, because single-handedly Raila founded ODM. He registered the party, no one funded the party, and now even the checkbooks must be somewhere under his bed in Karen. The same way to William Ruto. It belongs to him. If you go to Jubilee, it belongs to who? it belongs to Uhuru Kenyatta. Azimio documents, all of them are with Uhuru Kenyatta. So you are looking at the people who own political parties who are big are first, big capitalists with good money. Secondly, they are big people who lead communities called kingpins. Then secondly,
are you saying these attempts at grassroots elections are nothing
they are
more than
shambolic because you see what's happening is this consensus, where are they done? Where are they done? The consensus are done, the command center is in Karen, isn't it? Even for UDA, you guys also getting parties, for example, to get Susan Kihika of Nakuru, it was consensus. Even go to all your governors, most of them, and senators, there was no proper nomination. And let me just compare UDA and ODM nomination to get the figures right. Now, Fred, do you know how much money we spent in the general election, 2022? Shy of 60 billion in general election, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So the cost of every vote was 2,000 shillings per voter. That is how it was, to put a vote into the system was 2,000 per vote, if I tally the number of votes which were done. Now, when UDA was using 260 million to conduct a national election, while the national election in Kenya is done using 60 billion, are you going to get the results? Can somebody spending 60 billion get the same result with someone spending 260 million? So UDA as a political party spending 260 million
on the grassroots election.
On a grassroots election, while the national election takes 60 billion. It's impossible.
Okay.
Now, ODM budget, we don't even know whether they spend only 10 million or they spend nothing. So how can you do a proper grassroots election without spending money, yet you are being funded by the taxpayers' money? What are you spending money on, if not to get democracy, in getting the right leaders to lead the party? Okay. So for me, that is a big challenge.
Then why are we funding these political parties, if at all the ownership is not with the people?
Well, I think the struggle, and just like I mentioned, the struggle for us to gravitate towards a stronger democracy using political parties as an instrument to further that. And, you know, I'm trying to put and understand how then would we, as the citizenry, right? How would we acknowledge that then the political parties, you know, we become members of political parties by exercising the rights within the internal parties by themselves. So I think the realities around our political situations, for us to, you know, console ourselves by the fact that there could be a steady understanding that we are having over 80 political parties, that some of them, their leaders are not known, that some of them, the registrar of political parties, through the Political Parties Act, would probably not even sometimes paying attention to regulate their conduct post-election, and some days probably to election. I think that then becomes, have we then defined what happens if, for example, members of a political party do not feel that they have meaningfully participated either in political parties' primaries during elections or during the grassroots elections in between election period. So I think by that time we still do not understand how would the registers of political parties or other people who are concerned with managing and running political parties are held to account or take responsibilities by the fact that their political parties have not played a key role in terms of, you know, staying clear with the regulations that are within the political parties. How would anyone in Ugenya or Siaya petition an election of a grassroots election and say that it was flouted? And I said this last time, that then how would the political parties players, there's a dispute and resolution committees within political parties and in a party, political politics, how then would they make sure that parties are compelled, for example, to go back to primaries and conduct proper primaries within the regulations that are provided? Mm-hmm. How then would we be making sure that provided a checks and balances in the running of political parties? Because whether we are scoring political parties, of course, it's important to look at the cost, that they are costing the taxpayers money. Just like the taxpayers are questioning the utilization of their monies in other expenditures, but I think there should also be consciousness in terms of educating the political, citizenry, that they should also be taking an active role post-participating in primaries.
Shouldn't parties actually get their power from the membership of the public? That if you do not, probably if you do not prove or provide proof that you have enough members, then you do not qualify to form a political party. Then that way there will be ownership of these parties. Because the requirement for elections, even for the president, is that you should get votes, certain votes in a certain number of counties.
Yeah.
Yes? Why isn't that requirement there for political party? That membership should be a certain
But that not limit, actually,
if you go
in terms of registration?
If you go to register political parties, it's very clear that, first of all, every political party must get 1,000 members from at least 24 counties. Must also have at least 24 offices in at least 24 counties. Mm-hmm. Why is this? I've told you a political party should further the socio-economic benefits of a people. Now, let's just talk about ODM now. By ODM getting 2 members from Luo community joining the ministry, isn't it? They are saying, the cabinet, they are saying Luos are in government, isn't it? Now, to what extent do those people represent the socio-political situation of their areas? Opio and I comes from Ugenya, where 60% of houses are cow dung on the floor, isn't it? Can that person pay bundle? Can that person pay token, even if you connect them with electricity? Now, if you go to Homa Bay County, where John Buddy comes from, Homa Bay is the county with the worst life expectancy in Kenya. Number 1 is Bomet, number 47 is Homa Bay. The poverty level, you get me? 1, malaria because of the lake, you understand? 2, HIV, and then fish. There's what you call sex for fish, which is a big issue in Homa Bay, where the fishermen take advantage of the poor women who get fish from them, and HIV spreads. So with HIV and malaria, it drives Homa Bay to the poverty level to the extent that disease control is very high. The life expectancy in Homa Bay is around 48, while nationally we are doing around 62. Can you see that disparity? Bomet is doing something like, let's say, 68, because Bomet has got food. The environment is very good, like, the walking, the terrain is beneficial for the people to build their body and to be sustainable. Now, if you are the CS Treasury from the county with the worst life expectancy, and then you are saying that you are people in government, how do you feel? And if you come from a county that has the lowest number of electricity penetration under the CS Energy, then you say you're people in government. Let me tell people of Nyanza this way. Just like Coast Province have produced several land ministers, isn't it? And ministers for blue economy, yet the title deed in Coast Province has remained in spite of having been produced the Commission for Allocation of Land Commission, isn't it? National Land Commission chair has ever come from there. CS lands have come from Coast. They have never seen the title deeds being addressed, the issue of land issue. The same way Nyanza poverty will not be addressed by getting 2 people government. So had they consulted ODM party, like Raila Odinga said, he was not consulted, those people went on their own, isn't it? Yet again, he says he took them. Now, was the ODM in agreement, in fraternity agreeing? Like I heard John Sorengo saying, he told Raila Odinga, you got it right, you got it wrong this time. You missed the point. He said it in political rallies in Luo Nyanza. Why are some ODM members believing that the joining of government was a wrong decision in the first phase? So according to me, the issues about getting political parties to work on our interests is a big challenge. And Fred, let me finish by saying the following. Why are we having a parliament that cannot work and do its work as an independent institution against the other institutions of government? For example, we have the executive, we have the judiciary. Mm-hmm. Parliament is not independent because political parties don't exist. They don't have locus of control. Had political parties had locus of control, it was easier to have the independence of the National Assembly. For example, if the issue of Adani was discussed in Parliament, MPs praised it. In fact, in the morning before the president cancelled it, if he did, in the morning before the president cancelled it, Opiyo Wandayi was praising it. So in the afternoon, it is cancelled. Then Opiyo Wandayi is clapping. Mbadi is clapping. Parliament stood up in ovation, isn't it? Praising the president, yet in the morning, they were saying it is good. In the same way like finance bill.
Okay.
They passed it, then the president rejected it,
and
then they were clapping next to him.
Okay.
So the parliament do not have a mind of its own, and the original problem begins that we have no political parties that has locus of control, that is concerned about the people, and the people have no ownership, have no say.
No ownership of political parties. ODM embraces consensus to avert poll fallout. That has to do with the grassroots elections being conducted by that party. Earlier this year, UDA tried to conduct grassroots elections and failed miserably. End of Azimio is another political headline on the front pages today. Where next, or what next for our political parties? I want us to move to a different story that is still linked to matters politics, and that's the inclusion of the Kamba community into the Gema Association. It is in one of the cartoons as well. I think the cartoon on the Daily Nation or the Standard. Yes, that's the Daily Nation. So we have the caricature of the former deputy president sitting on a chair with a crown on his head next to the mountain and a door that has enough padlocks on it. But there's a gentleman with the wipers on his forehead who's trying to climb over this door, and he's asking that the Akamba be fit into Gema. This is the same discussion about regionalism, political parties, and the same. The former deputy president has already indicated that he's going.
There's someone there that looks like Uhuru Kenyatta in a cap.
Yes, behind that door.
Yeah, behind that door.
What how does this play out in the current political landscape?
You know, when you look at the current political happenings, it's simple math. It's not complicated calculus that you have to consult Professor Ogola to demystify.
He's dismissing him, it's okay.
Formulas, I don't know, differentiation and integration. This is just a reaction to the happenings, and it's an attempt to form some alliance in anticipation of...
Based on regionalism?
Yes. Yes, this is ethnic mobilization to form an alliance to grab power. Simple logics. And whether it's going to work, nobody knows. So you see, by saying, okay, let us have we have Gema here, Kikuyu, Embu and Meru, isn't it? Yeah, but now let us bring the Akamba so that it becomes what?
Is there a risk when it comes to having such conversations, where a grouping of communities?
It is a theoretical framework being translated into some action so that we say, hey, look here, we are now a large group, the Mountain, the Gema and who? And the Akamba. Now, let us go to political war of power in 2027. As simple as that. But I think this is a dangerous stretch. It's a philosophy against national unity. If we are going to engage in ethnic alliances, another entity, another jurisdiction can also decide, now we are forming alliance, this ethnic group, and this one. And we are calling it this. And it is for elections. The Gema thing does not exist at the economic sphere. That members of Gema can say, we are benefiting economically because of A, B, C, D. It is not there in the social setup. The members of those communities are struggling in their own way. If it is poverty, they are suffering. If it is what, they have all those challenges. So this Gema thing is on paper. As was Fred Ogola was talking about, it is some few oligarchs who are holding wealth and who want to hold their communities at ransom. It's modern day political slavery. And this is an expansion of political slavery to bring in other groups to enslave populations for political expedience. It is not right. What we need is Kenyans to be free, operate freely, interact freely, and engage in politics in a completely free atmosphere.
Daniel, is it possible to elevate a political conversation beyond regionalism and ethnic mobilization?
That could be ideal, could be really ideal. That's what I've said. That is where we would want to posture for the future of, trying to form our political formations, to look ideally on a policy basis and on ideologies, the things we keep on mentioning, the desire, the aspirations for us to have a political parties that are, not ethnic based and, are really driven on issues as envisioned in our political pillar of Vision 2030, probably. Ideally is all the political gravitation right now are looking towards capitalizing on the numbers. The philosophy that was driven in this country about the tyranny of numbers still haunts, our political formations and movements. It is within this that you see the Gema nations and what they are calling the Gema. I think this is Fita Kamba. So the E in between, because then there is one for, there's Embu and whatever, there's the Kamba, the A and the last. So what was it when a Kamba was not there? Now there is that A to be formed there to accommodate the Akamba nation. So I agree to some extent with Honorable Sosion that the proponents of ethnic formations to coalesce around ethnicity and having political formations that strike a semblance of regionalism is still a thorn of flesh in our democratic system, especially in the running of our elections and political parties. And that is a reality that is still here for us to stay with. Because look at it from this way. So what happens to Central Kenya? Right now that they're trying to coalesce and have formations around galvanizing their numbers to form coalitions that would then end up either winning power or staying in power, or to that extent having a strong backing system, even if they are not elected. So that is a dilemma. That is a contestation in the discussion of political parties formation and campaign strategy in elections. But Honorable Hussein has also mentioned something so interesting, that what would be the response mechanism if this is an ideology that is being perpetuated? For example, if we are talking about a region in Mount Kenya, Gikuyu, Embu, Merus, and now Akamba, then would we try to vilify any political formation that would want to say, the way I've seen from the social media, the conversation that has begun forming around the Nilotic coalition, talking about the Luos, talking about the Kalenjins, because this is a trajectory that a country is taking. So for me, that is what we are saying. We are boxing ourselves into a conversation right now that if the other formations or other formations are now saying that we are coalescing around regionalism, there's nothing that stops other region also from taking that trajectory, and that is very dangerous.
Are we saying that even the Kenya Kwanza team is free from this? We've seen some tendencies to actually go regional as well. There's a lot of focus by the president on what's happening in Nyanza right now. His trips to Nyanza have gone up. Are they free from this kind of approach?
No, first of all, Fred, you have to know that for them, they're talking about Nilots, as these guys are talking about Bantu, because you see that Akamba thing and the Gema is both Bantu. So actually the narrative has been that let Bantus be taken out of the government and let Nilots rule, which for me is a misnomer. And let me say the following, Fred. With all due respect, because yesterday I saw something called Gema Declaration. I want to say that there's a lot of anger and hatred and dissent coming from Mount Kenya against the current against the Kenya Kwanza government. And there's a little bit of warmth, isn't it, coming from Nyanza and a bit of Western against the towards Kenya Kwanza government. But let me tell you what, this rejection and welcome, the love and the hatred that is being seen from these regions will not reflect the 2027 election. The Kikuyus are angry. The Mount Kenya people are angry because the economy is not working. They are not more angry about the government, really. If this government was really delivering, they wouldn't be much bothered. And the Luos are feeling that they had a handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta. They were never given a minister. They're having Treasury CS coming from there for the first time. Attorney General is coming there for the first time. And they're feeling that this government seems to be more on their side than nothing. But you see, what are they comparing what with what? Why it looks difficult? Because now the only candidate we know in 2027 is William Ruto. So Nyanza still do not know whether they're going to have a candidate. And the king of Nyanza has not spoken. Only the father is speaking. You know, there's called the father of reggae, who was Bob Marley, but the king of reggae was Lucky Dube. The king is emerging, and the king is there. And I'm sure I don't want to say his name because he'll say I'm trying to blow my trumpet. Because the king of the Luo Nyanza has not spoken. So let the king speak. When the king will speak and give direction, they will know, because Luo Nyanza are comparing William Ruto with who? Mm-hmm. If you only have one girlfriend and there's only one woman in the world, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Even if you say you love her, it does not matter because you have no choice, isn't it? So for now, the love and hatred that we are having about Mount Kenya people and the guys from the western part of Kenya will not actually tell the story of 2027. And mark my words, this have happened before. The KKK movement was there some time back. The other thing is that the ethnic mobilization has not answered the key question that is troubling Kenyans now. The key question is economic. Unemployment, high taxation, cost of living, access to healthcare, proper governance, integrity. Do you think the gamer thing is answering that question? No. Mm-hmm. And everybody is bothered, from the oldest man to all generation. It was more Gen Z thing, but now all generation, even Sossion, is concerned about the governance of this country. Does those ethnic formations answer this question? If Opio and I was supporting an Adani in the morning, isn't it? In the afternoon, it becomes a devil, isn't it? Does Opio and I answer the question? Rigathi Gachagua, who is now the king of the mountain, was supporting the finance bill to the core. He even threatened MPs that if you dare vote against the finance bill, you won't get road on your constituency. Now, he is now on the other side. So is he the answer to this question? And I want to say is that even the broad-based government was to answer the question. It has not answered the question. Because Adani remained, integrity issues remained even after the formation of broad-based government. Cost of living is still high. Taxation is being proposed. It doesn't answer the question. So there's an emerging conversation, Fred, that I want to tell you. This dichotomy has always been there. So you realize that there's something that the voters of Mount Kenya. Do you know Mount Kenya don't vote for a candidate? And I'll give you evidence. They voted against Moi. They didn't vote for Kibaki. They voted against Raila Odinga in 2013. They voted against Raila Odinga in 2017. They voted against Raila Odinga in 2022. Because William Ruto, they are saying, was not their choice. You understand that? Why are they feeling so stupid they voted against Raila Odinga instead of looking for who could salvage the country? So even these people, if they don't find an aggressor, this gamer movement will not add up to anything. So to end it, we have had this dichotomy whereby you say tribes is the issue. Because when I grew up, I was told Kikuyus are thieves. So when Luo became president, when I was a young boy, I was in primary school, secondary school, I bought the narrative. But after my education, I discovered that Kikuyus, I do business with them. There's no tribe that does not steal. And there's no tribe that is clean just by their tribe. It is about the person who brought them up, which family they grew up in, what do they believe in. So that dichotomy of tribe is not going to sell. The second dichotomy we were given was rich versus poor. That Kenya, we have two tribes, the rich and the poor. We don't buy the narrative because Kenya is rich. Kenya is having 4.2 trillion budget. Kenyans are industrious. They are hardworking. They are intelligent. They are educated. They are talented. They are gifted. They are not poor. Okay. Now, the narrative we are having, which I'm actually selling this narrative, Kenya need to buy this narrative. We have two tribes in Kenya, or at least we have two. Kenya is divided into two groups. There's a group of those who steal from us, wale ambao wanatuibia. Unaona? So whether they are in broad-based government or not, we don't care. So there's no opposition even. All those people are very few people. The people who are stealing trillions of shillings in Kenya, they are not many, they are just few people. So whether it is Gema, whether it is from Luo Nyanza, they are there. They are in all tribes, mostly the kingpins, isn't it? And the second tribe is wale ambao wanaoibiwa, the people who are being stolen from. This is the majority. So if you see yourself poor, it's not you are poor, your money is being stolen.
Okay.
Your money is being taken from you. Education system is being stolen from you. Healthcare is being stolen from you. Your airports, your land, your ports,
Because of time,
your
I think
livelihood. So according to me,
we can make a
if
final
we have
comment.
this dichotomy, we shall know who is the enemy of Kenya.
Okay.
I don't care which tribe you come from. Are you stealing from us, or you are among us who are being stolen from?
Okay, Bwana Sosion, as we finalize this discussion.
My intervention with this would be where we are at the moment. We have Vision 2030. Let us not throw our major blueprints and framework that has guided us for the last over 20 years and is bound to expire 2030. That our politics should be issue-based, not ethnic-based. As a country, we are a country of diverse.
And probably I could ask you that question. Do you think that Kenya Kwanza is free from this?
Yes, I'm coming. I'm coming to that. I'm coming to the philosophy of the president, that Kenya has diverse ethnicity, and those ethnic tribes are a beauty of our custom and culture. That's how it should be. But then at the frontier of politics, the president himself is so focused on national unity. That is why you can see eventually Rigathi Gachagua was impeached, because you talk of the mountain to the exclusion of the rest, which is not right. Nobody should be excluded in Kenya. All communities are one and the same. And the president has spearheaded that agenda so strongly by going to the lake. He did not start going to the lake region the other day. He started right after he was sworn in. And he stated at Kasarani that we bring the country together. And he means it exceptionally well. It is clear. That is why and the president's demeanor has not said exclude Mount Kenya. He's still working very closely with Mount Kenya. And so I think for once, give it to the president in terms of making strategic efforts to unite the country. And for once, let's accept we are born of different tribes. We did not choose to be born of those tribes. Let's be happy about it. These tribes we were born to are beautiful edifices of our culture. We are part of it, including our languages. But now let's think Kenya. Let us walk Kenya. Let us be Kenyans. Let us have a nation of merit. And let us restrain ourselves from backpedaling to, and I'm sure even those regions who are being harder to look like a region, the people there do not want it. And I'm saying those driving it are oligarchs who want to make slaves out of our people, and Kenyans should resist. Let us be a Kenyan nation of merit, that anybody will enjoy opportunities freely and democratically, regardless of ethnic tribe. Let us not use ethnicity negatively. Let us not do that.
Well,
I think our political stability depends on our Article 10 of the Constitution, principles of governance and the value system we have. I am urging us to be consciously aware that we maintain our internal vigilance when it comes to holding those we elect into account. It is not an ambiguous concept for Kenyans to just ask for service delivery and to ask that the social contract they signed with government, the services are delivered. Number two, if the producer probably would get us the caricature of Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, I feel compelled to talk about good. That is the state of the nation. In the shadows, you can see what is in the shadows. the state of abduction, the state of corruption, tribalism that we'll spend hours talking about here in this set, stealing, and I don't know whether, what is the other one?
Stealing elections.
Stealing elections. So we have all discussed this, what has appeared on the shadows today. But on the other end, there is a hope. We participated on just trying to redraft our foreign policy, Fred, and gave our views on what we think that this country would look forward to. And therefore, a number of issues, trying to look at our economic pillar, trying to look at our cultural diplomacy, and all these things. We still feel that as a country, we still plays a major part in terms of our peace diplomacy in the region. And in the spirit of doing that, Kenya must be seen as a leading nation in terms of regional stability and peace. And therefore, what I wanted to condemn still is that we cannot have foreigners seeking refuge in this country and are disappearing or being repatriated back. I think let us play the safe haven of our country that we have played before. We never know tomorrow when we shall seek for refuge in other countries who will welcome us or not. Lastly is to say that in the period of 25 days against gender-based violence or activism, I think we should remember that we have to safeguard the safety of women and children in this country as we commemorate the 16 days of activism.
Thank you. Finally, Prof.
I dream of a Kenya when we need to have new blood of leadership coming in. And I want to say there's no scarcity of leadership. Starting with you, my brother, starting with you, Sosion, we need a blood leadership because the old dogs are just taking us the same direction, tribal and ethnic mobilization. Yet they use it to do the evil that Mudavadi is talking about there. So what we want is that if we can have leadership which are based on meritocracy, and I can tell Sosion, the opposite is the case in Kenya Kwanza. Kenya Kwanza mostly suffers what is called incompetence. You can say whatever you want to say, but everything boils down to incompetence. They cannot transition from education to CBC. They cannot be able to transition to SHA. They have never implemented any single thing with full proof, nothing. What you call that is incompetence. You can tell me, oh, you see, economy, just do one thing right. So the incompetence that we are having cannot be working in the environment of meritocracy. Kenyans are highly educated, highly qualified, and I believe there are so many things we can fix if we get the best and brightest, irrespective of their tribe. And I encourage everybody trying to vie here Mtata wants to join. Anybody, there's new blood, please come in, but form a coalition. Don't be a lone ranger because we want 2027 Kenya to change forever. We don't want to come here on TV again to discuss about these teething issues. We want to discuss about progress. We don't want to talk about the retrogress we have seen with the Kenya Kwanza administration.
Okay, I know you want to counter that, but very briefly because we're out of time.
I don't think in the parting shot you enjoy the advantage of trying to vilify Kenya Kwanza wrongly. But Kenya Kwanza within its pillars has done well. If for the first time in agriculture, for example, we are producing surpluses in terms of cane and
I know you have a very long list, but
I think that's a big achievement. We have enough food in the country. I think that is a big achievement. And rolling out UHC to treat all Kenyans, I think that is good achievement. Not without challenges. There are challenges which we accept, and we accept challenges as a basis of strength. But I don't think the direction you've taken to vilify that nothing has been going on.
No, tell me one single thing. One single thing. Done foolproof, just one.
Look at agriculture. For example, we're talking about 74 million bags of maize, up
fake fertilizer
up from 30 million. We are talking about Kenya since Moi administration, when we started getting imported sugar. It continued during Kibaki administration. It continued during Uhuru. But now,
Fred,
we've stopped even importing sugar. The sugar belt farmers are now feeling valued for the support of government. And I think we can count and count and count.
Yes.
And the indicators are there.
Challenges as well.
Yes. Thank you so much, Wilson Sosion.
Kenya Kwanza is
former member of the National Assembly and also served as Secretary General of the Kenya National Union of Teachers. Professor Fred Ogola, governance and economic expert, as well as Daniel Orogo, political analyst. Our panelists this morning as we look at the headlines today. Varied as they come. Fresh split hits review of varsity funding model. That's a big one on the front page of the Standard. Adani deals, court demands proof of termination, and end of Azimio, one that we have discussed. ODM embracing consensus to avert poll fallout. These are just some of the headlines that we looked at, including the issue of Gema and the Kamba community being included in that formation. Today is also the fourth day of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, so that discussion still continues throughout on TV47. After the break, we'll be having some turkey. It is Thanksgiving in the US, so we'll be having some turkey in the studio. Do stand by for that. that is for the next session.
You're not leaving.
Thank you so much. My name is Fred Indemuli. Have a good morning.
Vile unavyojua watoto wengi sana hawana namna. Mimi ningependelea watoto wasome.
I'm here to stress on education. At the same time, let us actually do any kind of sport that we are doing. Sport speaks the best language to everybody.
Tunataka tutafute talents, zile raw talents kutoka kule nyumbani mashinani mahali tuko leo.
Hizi mbio za Chepsaita, like all other sports, zinaleta watu pamoja.
We want to use this event to uplift the lives of the community.
Anafurahia hii mchezo sana. Hata sikaange na ambianga watu tuende Chepsaita.
Wanafunzi wakimbie ili wakuze talanta ya mbio ama kuhimiza tena elimu.
This is the place to be. Hapa ndipo mahali wanastahili kuwa tarehe 7. Wale watoto walikimbia last year, wamekimbia mpaka wamefuka mipaka zetu za Kenya.
Hey there, friends. Welcome to Kids on the Block, where fun and imagination come alive. We dive into magical world filled with exciting adventures and awesome friends.
What position were you in?
I was number 2.
What position were you?
Number 1.
He decided to cross the bridge by his house and look for food on the other side.
We're going to do half cup of chocolate chips, and the other one, we're going to do half cup of the blueberries.
So, grab your imagination hats and get ready to explore with us. Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. for new friends, amazing stories, and tons of laughter.
Join us as we explore the journeys of those who defy the odds and break barriers. We dive deep into the stories of triumph.
Sometimes when parenting a child with a special need or whatever disability, family life becomes a bit complicated and you may end up raising the child on your own.
Here, we inspire.
I have a farm which one we showcase with other dyslexic youths and autism, how to farm.
Motivate.
It's never easy, but what we do, the best thing is to work with another parent who has an elder child than yours.
And break through the barriers one story at a time. Push your boundaries beyond the limit. Saturdays at 8 p.m. The grind, where business meets brilliance. It's not just about the ideas.
I was working as a shampoo boy. I used to wash clients' hair on the sink.
It's about making them happen. From big wins.
In primary school, when we would be asked what people want to be, I was categorical that I want to be a nurse.
To hard lessons.
The consoles change, the gaming equipment keep changing.
We cover it all. Tune in to The Grind, where every episode is packed with insights.
The person who is serving customers, always be a customer-centric.
Strategies.
When you pay attention to detail, you get luxury items.
And stories to fuel your ambition. Don't just dream it, grind it. Mondays at 7:30 p.m.
Jiunge nasi tunapoangazia safari za viongozi bora. Kutoka kwa ushindi mkubwa hadi masomo magumu.
Wakati wetu kwamba wasichana si wa kusoma, ni wa kuolewa, ng'ombe ipatikane, wazazi wakuwa watajiri.
Tunashughulikia yote.
I wish I were a better investor.
My parents taught me how to look for things for myself.
Tazama Mfahamu Kiongozi, ambapo kila kipindi kimejaa maarifa, mikakati na hadithi za kukuza azma yako.
For me to succeed, I have to fight.
Kila Alhamisi saa 1:30.
Vile unavyojua watoto wengi sana hawana namna. Mimi ningependelea watoto wasome.
I'm here to stress on education. At the same time, let us actually do any kind of sport that we are doing. Sport speaks the best language to everybody.
Tunataka tutafute talents, zile raw talents kutoka kule nyumbani mashinani mahali tuko leo.
Hizi mbio za Chepsaita, like all other sports, zinaleta watu pamoja.
We want to use this event to uplift the lives of the community.
Anafurahia hii mchezo sana. Hata sikaange naambianga watu tuende Chepsaita.
Wanafunzi wakimbie ili wakuze talanta ya mbio ama kuhimiza tena elimu.
This is the place to be. Hapa ndipo mahali wanastahili kuwa tarehe 7. Wale watoto walikimbia last year, wamekimbia mpaka wamefuka mipaka zetu za Kenya.
Hey there, friends. Welcome to Kids on the Block, where fun and imagination come alive. We dive into magical world filled with exciting adventures and awesome friends.
What position were you in?
I was number 2.
What position were you?
Number 1.
He decided to cross the bridge by his house and look for food on the other side.
We're going to do half cup of chocolate chips, and the other one, we're going to do half cup of the blueberries.
So, grab your imagination hats and get ready to explore with us. Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. for new friends, amazing stories, and tons of laughter.
Entertainment. Welcome to the home of untold stories.
very good morning to you. Welcome back. This is the Morning Cafe Show. I am Shiksha Arora. And if you've just tuned in case you're watching what's going on, why is there a huge spread on the table? Well, today is Thanksgiving Day. And if you are, of course, from America, you know how big it is for you. So wishing all our American viewers, friends, and of course, our friends at the U.S. Embassy as well have decided to come and surprise us on air with these amazing treats. So I really am excited to try all of them. We do know that turkey is quite a tradition, right?
Yes.
If it's Thanksgiving, you cannot have turkey, isn't it?
Yes, you have to have your turkey.
All right.
You have your turkey, yes.
So with me in studio, my guest today is Shakira, and of course she is here courtesy of the U.S. Embassy. There is a huge title, which I'm going to allow her to introduce herself. And yes, thank you so much for coming here. Thank you for everything that you've brought. We appreciate it. This is great. I was expecting a turkey, but not everything else.
Yes, thank you so much. So as a part of our tradition, we have our turkey, but then we also have our complimentary sides, which we have brought here today.
Yeah.
Yes. And like you said, my name is Shakira Buxton, and I serve as the Regional Public Engagement Specialist covering East Africa for American Spaces.
Oh, amazing. And Shakira, happy Thanksgiving Day to you.
Thank you so much.
I know how big it is for Americans. I know how big of a day it is for all the families and friends. And of course, everybody celebrates it at large in America. It's also a public holiday in America, right?
Yes, it's also a public holiday.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what is the significance of Thanksgiving Day for those people who absolutely have no clue what it is?
Yes, so Thanksgiving is a day that we come together and we celebrate harvest as well as family and gratitude and just overall thankfulness. It's the opportunity to be able to reflect upon the year of all that has been afforded to you.
Right.
And so it's just a time to bring family and friends together to just talk about how we're thankful, giving our gratitude towards each other.
All right, brilliant. And what are you thankful for this year?
Oh, this is a great question. So first I want to say I am thankful for my health and strength.
Absolutely.
Yes, every day, the opportunity that I get up to wake up, I'm just
healthy.
Yes, I'm just grateful for that, as well as my wonderful and my beautiful family. I miss you all. Sorry I'm not there. I miss my family so much. Love them, and I'm thankful for them allowing me to, live my dream as well as support me in the process.
Absolutely, right. And how long have you been in Kenya for?
Yes, so I've been in Kenya now 1.5 years, and I absolutely love the country. It's been such a wonderful opportunity that has been afforded to me, and I'm just grateful. I really am happy to be here.
Amazing, amazing. We're happy that you're here because look at this. So maybe you can take us through exactly what each dish is.
Yes, so we have some mashed potatoes, which is also a staple, your mashed potatoes and gravy. You want to walk up?
Exactly.
Okay, perfect.
I think we should get up close because it would be nice to see the closer.
Yes.
So we have a couple of things here. So this is mashed potato.
So we have our mashed potatoes here. I think we have the gravy down at the other end.
Okay.
We have a nice salad here. You have to have your
It's
your
so
greens.
colorful. Look at how colorful the salad is. I love the fact that you can see all the colors.
Yes, just a little bit of healthiness,
It's a very pretty looking salad. And we know the more vibrant and the brighter the colors in the salad, the nicer it tastes.
Yes, exactly.
And this is the mashed potato that we love.
Yes.
Okay. And then this is the biggest
This is the big feast here.
This is the main star of the show today.
This is the turkey here. This is the main star of the show. It's really good. It's nice and
That's a huge
moist.
one.
It's huge. So it's 10 kg. I don't know exactly where they found this.
What? 10 kg?
Turkey. Yes, from. But yes, so wonderful turkey. Great taste.
Can we unwrap it?
Yes, we can unwrap it.
Okay. I love the fact that it's come with flags.
Yes, we have our
flags.
flags.
That's the US flag, and of course that's the Kenyan flag. Okay.
Make sure that I can wrap it.
Oh, and your nails look fantastic. So I'm glad you're doing the honors.
Thank you.
Don't want to see mine.
I want to make sure it's on the right way.
Okay.
Yeah, they really tied this good.
Wow. The suspense. We need the drum roll.
I know, we do need a good drum roll.
Yeah, the suspense is building up. My stomach is also making lots of sounds. It's giving the background music.
It is, and we need a little Thanksgiving song.
Yeah.
We're almost there. We're
almost there. I'm going to ask my director if we can have a Thanksgiving song at some point. Wow. 10 kgs. That is the weight
10
of
kgs.
this turkey.
Of a turkey here.
And how long does it take to cook?
So it really is reflective upon the style, but any turkey honestly can take 4 to 5 hours.
Wow.
And I was just talking about that everyone
hours.
cooks their turkey different.
Yeah.
So this may be baked or roasted.
Okay.
There's some people that deep fry their turkey.
Wow.
Yeah, so it can get really
interesting and
really creative, yes.
Oh, wow. There we go. And there is our turkey.
Wow, it smells so good.
Oh, wow, it smells amazing. I wish you could smell this. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Shakira, if you could see what's going on television right now. Look at the close-ups.
Yes, look at the close-ups. It looks so good.
Our cameraman is doing justice to the turkey.
He really is.
Thank you very much, Mamani, for giving us those close-up shots.
Yes, and then if you come here, we have our cornbread dressing or stuffing. It's called either in the U.S. Yep.
Okay. So it's cornbread.
Yes, so how it's made is that it's like 1 or 2 day old cornbread, then you crumble it and then you add more ingredients to make it your own.
Brilliant.
Different type of style.
I've never tried that before, so I'm excited to try something
You're going to enjoy
today.
it. You're going to enjoy it.
Okay.
Then this is a beauty.
For everyone who has a sweet tooth, this is it. If you love your sugar, just look at how beautiful it looks.
This is it. This is a Biscoff pumpkin cheesecake.
Oh, I love cheesecake. Oh my goodness. You've sold me. I'm done.
All of it, yes, exactly.
We can cut the show now. It's over.
And then we have our string beans here.
Okay, oh, so there's some health right there because we like a balanced diet.
Yes, and then we have the mac and cheese here.
And you made that.
I made this. I wanted to
Mamani, I want you to go nice and close right there because Shakira actually made that for us with her hands.
With my hands, and it's 5 different cheeses, so it's a 5-cheese mac and cheese. So I'm really excited for you all to taste it.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Wow, this is a brilliant spread. Honestly, we are so thankful for you today. We are grateful for for the U.S. Embassy and of course you, Shakira, because this is brilliant. I mean, the kind of things that I'm seeing here. Is this how it is in every household in America on Thanksgiving Day?
The funny thing is that I think it just depends on the region that you live in the United States. So I was telling people earlier that my grandmother was really big on Thanksgiving, and in my family, it was an entire committee dedicated.
There was the Thanksgiving committee?
Thanksgiving committee dedicated to, who's going to bring which items, who's going to supply. It really is I guess you say, a way of gathering everyone in the family to come together, and so start cooking. And so this is a few of the staple items, but there's also there's more traditions. There's more that you can have. Yes.
Amazing. Okay, so I love the fact that again our cameraman is still stuck on the turkey. He's absolutely not moving. He's just right there. Would you like us to do something? Would you like us to cut it? Yeah, we can.
That's good. Let's carve the turkey.
I would have no clue on how exactly to go in on the turkey, so maybe you'd have to teach me. Oh, and I see some potatoes at the bottom.
Yes, we have some potatoes and some Brussels sprouts.
And carrots as well.
Yes, at the bottom.
Yeah, so we need you to do the honors because I don't even know where to start.
Yes, so I always say that I like to start with I guess you can say the body or like the breast, the white meat part of the turkey. And so you want to kind of go in and cut thin slices. So you want something to hold the turkey steady. And then you can just start to just carve in, and you want to do thin slices so that, everyone's able to have a portion. Look how that's just falling.
Oh, wow.
off, so it's really.
Look at the juices.
Look at the juices. I know. I'm really excited.
And it looks like it's cooked so well and it's so tender.
It's so tender, yes. Yum, yum, yum. Yes, so we'll be able to do this. And if you all have some plates, we can start making some plating for people.
So is this how you carve a turkey?
Yes, this is how you carve a turkey.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because I keep hearing everywhere, oh yes, I can't wait to carve my turkey, but I had no clue what that meant.
What that meant, yes.
But today I'm seeing it live in action.
Yeah, so you carve, the pieces off, and then oftentimes, like I said, you make your side, get your pieces, and people use the cranberry sauce or the gravy to put that on top of.
Oh yes, the cranberry sauce is very popular.
To put that on top of their turkey. It makes a really good flavor and taste.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really sure exactly why we use the cranberry sauce, but I just know
we don't need it.
Yes, exactly.
You don't need that extra sweet touch.
Yes.
I guess they just want to spice things up.
Spice things up.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Exactly.
Okay. So we can have a bite.
Yes,
on
let's have
air.
a bite.
You should also have a bite. Tell us how it compares to the American turkey.
I will. Okay. I don't know which piece do you want?
Maybe we can just have a plate from
Yes,
there.
that'll be perfect.
And there's a fork right there. I just want to have one bite so we can get into the real questions now. Okay.
Okay.
Oh wait, can we have the sauce as well?
Yes, we can have the sauce as well. Yes, we have to make a full moment.
It smells incredible. My mouth is watering.
Let me get the sauce for you.
My director is making all kinds of sounds right now in my ear. It's as if he's trying it. Kevin, you'll get some.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna put some cranberry sauce, which I love. I love cranberry sauce.
Okay, I'm gonna pour it. We want it on your turkey.
Yes. We can have
I'm
on
just
it.
making
We can just
sure,
have a little bit on it. Amazing. There we go.
Perfect.
So this is the cranberry sauce on top. And we're about to take a bite. Shakira, you should join me as well and
Yes,
also
I
take
am.
a bite.
Let me go ahead and join.
And we can do a little cheers.
Yes.
Cheers to Thanksgiving. And cheers to the ties between America and Kenya.
And Kenya,
and
yes.
East Africa.
Exactly. Celebrating our 60th anniversary.
Absolutely brilliant.
Okay.
Wow, I was just going to take a big bite, but you know what? You're smarter. I'll do exactly that.
We have a knife if you need it.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, cheers. That's really good.
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not just saying that to say that.
That's really good. Good job. Whoever made this turkey, who made the turkey?
So, the turkey and the sides were actually made by Sankara Hotel. So, shout out to Sankara and Chef Jeff. Thank you so much for your amazing food palette. It's really good.
Really?
And it's nice and moist.
It's moist,
Yes.
it's juicy, and it's cooked so well.
It is.
Wow.
And I feel like we're gonna be eating all day.
Okay, we should stop. We have to talk.
Okay. No worries.
I don't want to stop, but I must stop. We must. We have important questions to ask. All right, my mouth is still full.
Yes.
I'm still chewing. So I'm gonna chew while I talk.
Yes, no worries.
Please don't zoom into my mouth, cameraman. Okay, gone. What a brilliant morning. So Shakira, when it comes to America and of course Kenya, we have had diplomatic ties for the longest time, right? There has been various things that we've seen that have come out of this relationship. We've had lots of advantages, of course, as Kenyans, and we've also had times when our presidents have gone to America. We've had state visits.
Yes.
And there's a lot of things that have come out of this, including programs for the youth, initiatives, just to try and better the lives of Kenyans, and that's something that we've seen the American government do. So maybe you can tell us about current projects that are ongoing when it comes to the American and Kenyan ties and the relationship that we share as countries and of course as states.
Yes, so I can start off to talk about my actual portfolio.
Okay.
As I stated before, I cover American spaces for East Africa.
Brilliant.
But I also have the privilege of covering the American spaces as my portfolio here in Kenya, a part of the public diplomacy section. And so here in Kenya, we actually have 6 American spaces.
Wow.
Yes, so we have 3 locations here in Nairobi. So we have American Corner Moi, located in the CBD. We have American Corner Mtani, which is our newest corner that was recently launched early November at the Kenyan National Library Service. And then we also have at American Center that's located within the confines of the U.S. Embassy.
All right.
We have American Corner Nakuru, American Corner Mombasa, and American Corner Lamu. So all of those locations serve as cultural and information resource centers where we really are working with the youth. They are able to access free internet. They're also able
That's brilliant.
Yes, also able to access various publications and books through our eLibrary USA platform. We have English language learning courses, professional skills building opportunities, strategic cultural programs where we're sharing about U.S. culture and values, and we're also learning from the Kenyan public of their values and things that are happening in their community. So it's really just an opportunity for us to come together. Our tagline is connect, create, and collaborate.
Oh, we love that.
We want everyone to be able to come together, and I just take this opportunity for the youth. If you're at any of those locations and areas, please stop by an American Corner near you. And one project that we're working on rolling out in 2025 is a part of the American Corner Mtani. Of course, the name means street. And so we're looking to do some pop-up activations in various regions.
Oh, fun.
Right, exactly. So if you're interested in us coming to your region, bringing ourselves as well as our equipment and all the sorts of things about American spaces to a location near you, we're excited to make that happen.
Amazing. And when exactly were these American Corners launched? Because I feel like I personally haven't heard about this until today, and I'm glad that you're telling us about this and you're creating awareness as well, because it's a great initiative. You are revolutionizing education, especially by giving out resources to people to access for free, including publications as well as the internet, as you've mentioned. So when did this happen, and how has the uptake been so far?
Yes, so the initial corner, American Corner Lamu, is one of our oldest corners that we have, which was launched in 2003.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, so it's pretty much been almost a 20-year span that we have of growing the American Corner network here in Kenya.
All right.
Yes, so very excited. And I'm very excited to see where we continue to go. So along with this, we also have various grant initiatives for people to be able to join. So last year we had an inclusive fashion grant where we are talking about and teaching different fashion designers about how do you make clothing for people with different abilities.
All right.
And we also had a film Fupi, a short film cohort where students were able to shoot their actual own short films based here in Kenya, but they were based on current things that we're experiencing, such as, you know, the environmental sustainability, as well as ensuring that the students are able to be educated in the ways that they see. So it was really enlightening to see them do all the work that they've gone through. Yes.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And you have mentioned that you have one project in 2025. Apart from that, anything else that you're looking forward to doing in Kenya during your tenure here?
Yes, so I am also looking forward to being a part of the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs Power Summit.
Brilliant.
So
I was actually going to ask, I'm like, you've done something for the youth so far. What about the women?
Yes, so the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs is a program that's put on throughout various countries, but we have a cohort in Kenya. So we're actually celebrating our 6th year of having this cohort in Kenya, where it's women from various backgrounds all over the country that are learning about scaling their entrepreneurship and their business. So learning all the parts that goes into the business, and it's really been a good opportunity. And in January, we are going to have a summit where we're going to invite the alumni of those programs to come back together to connect and to eventually launch our Academy for Women Entrepreneurs Alumni Association program. And we also want to open it up and invite other women and business entrepreneurs to be able to attend that summit as well. Because I believe that your net work is your net worth. So
absolutely,
yes.
your net worth is always your network. I also believe that very strongly. And Shakira, in terms of, you know, the youth, right? There are so many different projects that you are currently doing. And here in Kenya, one of the biggest points of concern when it comes to the youth is unemployment.
Yes.
And they believe that, you know, they don't have enough jobs. And so the youth are now taking it upon themselves to create opportunities of work for business for themselves. They're going out there when it comes to social media. We have content creation, you know, they are trying to hustle as hard as they can to make ends meet as the youth. So is there something that you have in the works when it comes to creating opportunities for the youth, for employment?
Yes, we do. So I'm glad that you brought that up. So one large area that we've been focusing on is the creative economy. Like you said, there's so many various ways to make money in funds, but we're also seeing that social content creation, social media,
it's big.
All of that,
it's
big. And some people are making a full living off of that.
It's like a full-time job.
Full-time job, yes, exactly.
I'm also a social media content creator, and personally, I tell people that social media creation, content creation, takes up 24/7. It's a 24/7 job rather than a 9-to-5 job.
Yes.
So when someone says it's not a real job, I judge them so hard, and I'm just like, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, exactly. And especially because we're in a world now where people like experiences. People want to see experiences, hear from other people. You know, you're like, oh, let me go check her Instagram to see what she's up to or what she's working on or what's the latest, you know, hip place to go in Kenya.
Absolutely.
So it's all of that. So we do have some grants that are coming up this year. So I talked about grants that were in the past. So we currently have a Leading Young in Kenya grant where we are encouraging young people to actually run for office. So various ways of getting involved in civic education as well as civic environment. And they'll go through like the full process of like how to run a campaign, how to run your office, and focus like on their community-based participatory.
Brilliant.
So that's one part. We also have another grant, Plug and Play, where it is actually about social content creation and how to monetize that. Because there's a lot of people that are doing social, you know, media or content creation, but they're not making the funding or the money. So finding ways to specifically tie your creation to monetization.
Yes. So making a living out of your passion.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, brilliant. So we'll keep talking about, you know, these areas of interest and of course such topics. But for now, let's take a short commercial break, but we will be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. We are celebrating Thanksgiving with our American friends. With me in studio, I have Shakira. And of course, she's just telling us all about Thanksgiving and just telling us what the U.S. Embassy and what her work is as the
Regional Public Engagement Specialist.
That's it. I'll let you say it. It sounds nicer when you say it. Let's take that break.
Need quick cash? We've got you covered.
Vile unavyojua watoto wengi sana hawana namna. Mimi ningependelea watoto wasome.
I'm here to stress on education. At the same time, let us actually do any kind of sport that we are doing. Sport speaks the best language to everybody.
Tunataka tutafute talents, zile raw talents kutoka kule nyumbani mashinani mahali tuko leo.
Hizi mbio za Chepsaita, like all other sports, zinaleta watu pamoja.
We want to use this event to uplift the lives of the community.
Anafurahia hii mchezo sana. Hata sikaange naambianga watu tuende Chepsaita.
Wanafunzi wakimbie ili wakuze talanta ya mbio ama kuhimiza tena elimu.
This is the place to be. Hapa ndipo mahali wanastahili kuwa tarehe 7. Wale watoto walikimbia last year, wamekimbia mpaka wamefuka mipaka zetu za Kenya.
Hey there, friends. Welcome to Kids on the Block, where fun and imagination come alive. We dive into magical world filled with exciting adventures and awesome friends.
What position were you in?
I was number 2.
What position were you?
Number 1.
He decided to cross the bridge by his house and look for food on the other side.
We're going to do half cup of chocolate chips, and the other one, we're going to do half cup of the blueberries.
So, grab your imagination hats and get ready to explore with us. Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. for new friends, amazing stories, and tons of laughter.
Welcome back. This is TV47. You're watching the Morning Cafe Show. I am Shiksha Arora, and with me I have Shakira, and she has brought us amazing things. Look at that spread. Every time I look at it, I'm like, wow, can this show end? 20 minutes feels long, but you know what? It's fine. It's going to be worth it because the wait is always worth it.
Yes,
all the time.
Always worth it. Yes,
absolutely. So Shakira, we have been talking about things like the creative economy. You know, you've mentioned grants that the youth and of course women as well will have access to, and things that you're kind of doing to just enable and foster the relationships further. That is the Kenyan and the American relationship and the ties that we share.
Yes.
Apart from that, you've also said that there's opportunities for the youth to just come and get free internet as well as publications, books online as well.
Online, yes.
And it's all happening at the American corners, which are located in different areas in different parts of the country.
Yep.
There's one in Lamu, there is one in town.
Yes, there's 3 in Nairobi. One in Lamu, one in Mombasa, one in Nakuru.
All right, and if someone wants to go there, what do they do? How do they find you?
Yes, so what they can do is they can just go to the actual location. So we have an open access principle, so there is no turning away anyone or turning down anyone.
Okay.
So there's just open access to everyone. If you want to go and have the opportunity to connect with other people or to access the computers or the different technology that we have, you're free to do that. Another cool option that we're rolling out within our e-library USA.
So do you search for American Corner on Google?
Yeah, you can search for American Corner on Google.
Okay.
Yes. And we also have Instagram
brilliant.
Sites as well. So AC Mombasa, AC Lamu,
AC Nairobi.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Amazing, lovely.
So you're able to find the different corners that way. And one cool thing that we have is the eLibrary USA platform, like I said, where you can find books, publications. There's even an opportunity if you're interested in learning how to play the piano or the guitar.
Oh, wow.
You can take lessons, virtually on the site. You do have to sign up for a membership at the American Corner. However, you can get your own access to that. So you'll be able to access that from your own computer or your own mobile device as well moving forward.
Okay, we love that. We love to hear that. Shakira, in terms of your experience here in Kenya. How has your time been working with women, working with different members of the youth? What are some of the general things that you've got, like from your experience here in Kenya? What are some of the areas of concern, and of course things that you want to try and improve in your time here in Kenya? And yeah, just the general feeling about what Kenyans are saying and what they're feeling.
Yes, so one thing I love is the tenacity and the resilience. I have just seen such amazing people, brilliant minds, and just people that are in strength and they want the best for themselves and for their community. And that's already just half the battle. Half the battle is wanting better, for yourself and being able to do better in the ways that you desire. And I always say that empowered people empower people. So just finding ways to get connected in those groups to feel empowered and continue to empower others within your community. Now, as far as one thing that we are going to work towards is we're excited to continue to do some employability and soft skills types development. So developing those soft skills, the interview skills, prepping your CV, resume, being able to take the skills that you have and learn how to transfer those into conversations so that someone is able to, select or pick you and to know that you are the best for that job by being able to communicate that. So that is something that we are looking forward to continuing to develop in the American Corners, as long as with personal branding too. Just like you were saying with social content creation, your brand is very powerful, the way you represent yourself, the way you show up. So having taking place a part of that as well.
Oh, okay, we love that. And in terms of outreach programs, have you managed to get into some areas that have not been touched? Of course, the untouched areas, you have places like, for example, north of Kenya, where we do know that there is adversity. So have you managed to do stuff like that? Have you managed to connect with such people?
Not yet, and that's why we're really looking forward to doing our outreach program, where we want to go to the various regions within Kenya. We truly believe in our people-to-people connection, and we want someone to go where people are. We know that it can be difficult or hard for people to get outside of their areas and space, so it's like, why not try our best to make our way to where people are located that we can connect and talk with, as well as connecting with other civil society based organizations here in Kenya.
Amazing. And it's interesting that you've mentioned that, because that was going to be my next question. Which organizations have you worked with? Maybe you could tell us if there is some programs that you have, some collaborations that are upcoming with different organizations.
Yeah, so far we've worked with the Youth Film Platform, as well as Ushindi Empowerment. So these are some organizations that are based in the community, and they have been some of our grantee implementers. We also work with just individuals. So we also believe that you don't necessarily have to have an organization, but if you have a subject matter expertise that you really find powerful, that you find impactful. I always try to tell my team, like, I am new here, I am just here, observing, as well as, making sure that things get completed. But I really want the people on the ground and the people that are closest to the experience to be able to make the solutions that they need. So those are two of the organizations that we're working with. We're happy and we're looking forward to partnering with other people, partnering with other locations. I don't know why the embassy email is slipping my mind at the moment, but I'll make sure that to get that to you, so that that can be a resource to be able to send any type of ideas to us via our public diplomacy mailbox.
Okay, brilliant. I feel like the one thing that every Kenyan has a concern about when it comes to America is getting there, the visa. I feel like you may be in a position to be able to put in a good word for us so that we don't have to wait for months to get that visa interview appointment. And then obviously now getting there. I was actually in America this summer. I was there for almost a month and I did the entire tour, and I was amazed at how beautiful America is, and I felt like more Kenyans should be able to explore that, because when we go for holidays, we never ever think of America as such because it's so far firstly.
Yes.
And then secondly, it just seems so hard. It's something that it's so hard to achieve. Just getting there, you know, getting the visa firstly terrifies and just takes everyone aback, and everyone takes a few steps back and was like, no, wait. You know what? I'm not going to do this. Let me just try another place. It scares a lot of Kenyans away. So is there something that you can do for us?
Well, there's nothing that I can
put
do.
Put in a good word for, you know, you have some connections, I'm sure.
There's nothing I can do
pass
personally,
on this message.
But the consular section at the embassy is an entire, you know, separate section where I work in the public diplomacy, and they are the people that can best provide those details as far as what is needed to
get a visa,
or obtain a visa. One thing that the public diplomacy section does do is that we also provide cultural exchange programs.
Oh, I love that.
So some of the
that's good news.
Yeah, so one of our most popular exchange programs is the Young African Leaders Initiative, which is YALI, the Mandela Washington Fellows. So the application process actually just closed in October, but we will be selecting our...
So is it yearly?
It is yearly, so it rolls out every year in September. You're able to submit your application, and they look for leaders within various tracks, so business, leadership. So those are two of the tracks that they look for people to apply. And you have to be 25 to 35, if I'm not mistaken, to be able to enter into that program. But it's an exchange in the U.S. You get to go for 6 weeks to be able to learn different opportunities within your track. And then, of course, you come back and talk about the various ways that you learned the U.S.-based style within your community here in Kenya.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, and how many get selected?
So it varies each year. So our cap most of the time has been 40 people being selected, and it's very competitive. Like
So 40 people actually go?
Yeah, 40 people actually go.
That's brilliant. From Kenya or from Africa?
From Kenya. Well, there's more from Africa. So each country has their own portfolio or set of people that they can send each year.
And if someone wants to check that out, if someone who's watching wants to just go and have a look for next year, how can they do that?
Yeah, so they will be able to go to yali.com.
That's Y-A-L-I.
Y-A-L-I.
Okay,
yes.
yali.com.
Yes,
brilliant.
To be able to pull up that information about the Mandela Washington Fellow. And then we also have the Yali Regional Leadership Center, which is a virtual component of that, but you still learn various types of programs as well as different items to discuss with your cohort.
Amazing. So these are great opportunities for the young people, of course, and I feel like a lot of these opportunities sometimes are not public knowledge because you need to really look hard to find them.
Yes.
So I'm glad we're having this conversation just to be able to amplify, you know, the U.S. Embassy's voice and of course your mission's voice, just to be able to try and get the message out there, because sometimes information is always available, but it's not easily available.
Yes.
You know, you need to really look for it. So I'm glad that we're having this conversation. In terms of the Kenyan youth, right? You said that there's a lot of programs that you have upcoming. You said there's opportunities for the youth. Now, in terms of the creative side, in terms of, you know, you mentioned there's a summit that's going to be upcoming where you will have content creators speak to young people. Are there more opportunities for people to benefit? Are you going to have more of these summits? Are you going to be trying to roll out these on a more frequent basis just so that the youth can benefit?
Yes, we will try to do that, but of course everything is tied to our policy that we are having here in Kenya. So it just depends on exactly what are the next steps and what we look forward to in the upcoming years. But that is something that we are looking forward to do, as well as encouraging the American corners to actually participate even more. Because like I said, we're the embassy, but they're also an extension in a way that we're working to use them to be able to garner those relationships and develop more with the youth.
Okay, I love that. So you're the middleman.
Yes, I'm the middleman. Yes, I'm right in the middle.
Okay.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you. All right. And maybe you can tell us the history of Thanksgiving as we wrap up. I do know that Thanksgiving is basically to give thanks to the harvest of the previous year, right? But apart from that, I also read something about it originating in the 1600s, something to do with pilgrims. I didn't quite read the whole thing, but maybe you can just summarize it for us.
Yeah, so it did originate in the 1600s with the pilgrims and the Native Americans.
That's it.
Having their feast together.
Absolutely.
And so from there, it kind of continued on its own, but then in 1863, President Abraham Lincoln actually declared it as a national holiday. And since then, it's been celebrated every fourth Thursday of November.
Yeah, amazing. All right. And I would like to get on to the other side. I'd actually like to invite the entire TV47 breakfast crew from the production. We'll have our directors, our producers, our camera crew, our sound people, everyone to just come on here. And yes, we can just feast together as we celebrate Thanksgiving with Shakira. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
This has been brilliant. We really would love to have more of these yearly. Hopefully you can come next year as well. This is us inviting you in advance. And yes, let's get onto this side.
Perfect. That was the best way for me to walk.
Yep, I was just like trying to avoid falling. This was my plate of fork, so I'm gonna stick on this side. And then we can also unwrap the other thing.
Yes, let's unwrap.
So this is the salad. We love a good salad. We must feast together. Amazing. And that's the mashed potatoes. Let me unwrap that too. There we go. So we've unwrapped the salad, we've unwrapped the mashed potatoes. You've unwrapped the cornbread.
Yes.
And this is our, I just want to smell it. Ooh, smells like heaven.
Yes, and it's really good.
Yeah. And then we have
the gravy,
the beans. What did you say?
Yep, our string beans and broccoli.
All right, broccoli. We love a good broccoli. And that's a mac. I want to try that because you made that.
Please.
So I must try it.
We can get us a spoon here.
Yes.
Just get us some mac and cheese here.
We love a good mac and cheese.
Okay.
Okay, let's try that.
Let's try it.
I love mac and cheese. Oh, this is good. I'm not just saying it because you're here.
Look, don't just say it because I'm here. Don't just say it because I'm here.
Wow, there's a lot of flavor of the cheese. It's very distinct.
Yes, so I used 5 different cheeses. So
I don't know why the team's not coming.
Come on, team.
Don't feel shy. Come. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Thanks. Thank you.
Where is our producer, Mary? Mary. Mary is feeling shy. Mary, don't be shy. Come on. Yeah, let's go for Mary. All right, guys. So maybe we'll pass on
plates here.
So maybe you can carve the turkey for them.
Okay.
'Cause I don't know how to do it.
No worries.
So you can just have like a few pieces. And everyone must try the turkey on air, okay? Because this is the star of the show, guys. You haven't wished her happy Thanksgiving. Can you wish her?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. This has been fun.
Oh, I love the fact that you're such an expert at this. Right?
I don't know about that. I don't know.
I mean, compared to us, who have no clue what we're doing. Ronnie, focus here.
You know, I'm sure someone else is like, she's carving that turkey all wrong.
Well, if you're Kenyan and you're watching, I'm sure they're so impressed.
Thank you. Okay.
Amazing. Yes, the sauce.
Yes, the sauce, please. Oops, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
That's perfect. Yummy.
Everyone
Yeah.
can just pick. Can just pick it. I don't think we have enough.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough forks. Yeah.
Fortunately, but I would like everyone to just. How's it?
We're fancy.
We can wash our hands later. She did.
I did not make the turkey. I made the mac and cheese. You have to tell me what you think about the macaroni and cheese. That's the one item I did make.
Very yum. The mac and cheese is amazing, and she made that. And thank you for coming. One more.
Is that one more?
Everyone,
Yes, go
you can have
ahead.
it.
Yes.
And with that, we close the show. Mary, how was it? Oh, sweet.
Yes.
Mary has given approval. Thumbs up. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you
Happy
so much. Thanks,
Thanksgiving.
everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. If you're watching, now you know what Thanksgiving is. Now you know what the tradition is. You know the history behind it.
Yes.
And you've also learned about opportunities. If you're a young person, if you're a woman as well,
yes,
there's a lot of opportunities for you to check out just so that you're able to take advantage fully of the opportunities that the US Embassy has for Kenyans. All right? Always remember that. So once again, Thanksgiving from us. That's Shakira, the Regional Public
Engagement Specialist.
That's it. She is the Regional Public Engagement Specialist for East Africa.
Yes.
Here in studio with us on TV47. And from the entire TV47 team, the Morning Cafe Show team would like to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. This is Shiksha Arora signing out. Bye!
Bye! Happy Thanksgiving!
Kevin, come.
Vile unavyojua watoto wengi sana hawana namna. Mimi ningependelea watoto wasome.
I'm here to stress on education. At the same time, let us actually do any kind of sport that we are doing. Sport speaks the best language to everybody.
Tunataka tutafute talents, zile raw talents kutoka kule nyumbani mashinani mahali tuko leo.
Hizi mbio za Chepsaita, like all other sports, zinaleta watu pamoja.
We want to use this event to uplift the lives of the community.
Anafurahia hii mchezo sana. Hata sikaange naambianga watu tuende Chepsaita.
Wanafunzi wakimbie ili wakuze talanta ya mbio ama kuhimiza tena elimu.
This is the place to be. Hapa ndipo mahali wanastahili kuwa tarehe 7. Wale watoto walikimbia last year, wamekimbia mpaka wamefuka mipaka zetu za Kenya.
Hey there, friends. Welcome to Kids on the Block, where fun and imagination come alive. We dive into magical world filled with exciting adventures and awesome friends.
What position were you in?
I was number 2.
What position were you?
Number 1.
He decided to cross the bridge by his house and look for food on the other side.
We're going to do half cup of chocolate chips, and the other one we're going to do half cup of the blueberries.
So, grab your imagination hats and get ready to explore with us. Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. for new friends, amazing stories, and tons of laughter.
Join us as we explore the journeys of those who defy the odds and break barriers. We dive deep into the stories of triumph.
Sometimes when parenting a child with a special need or whatever disability, family life becomes a bit complicated and you may end up raising the child on your own.
Here, we inspire.
I have a farm which one we showcase with other dyslexic youths and autism, how to farm.
Motivate.
It's never easy, but what we do, the best thing is to work with another parent who has an elder child than yours.
And break through the barriers one story at a time. Push your boundaries beyond the limit. Saturdays at 8 p.m. The Grind, where business meets brilliance. It's not just about the ideas.
I was working as a shampoo boy. I used to wash clients' hair on the sink.
It's about making them happen. From big wins.
In primary school, when we would be asked what people want to be, I was categorical that I want to be a nurse.
Watching TV 47, and it's time to get fit on Fitness Thursday, every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., where we work out and show you what you can do to stay fit. So today we're currently in Ruaka. With me, I have Coach Shadrach, and of course we're at Physique Gym. So we'll be talking about the gym, of course, and we'll be working out with the coach himself. Hello.
Hi.
How are you today?
Very fine.
Uko poa?
Sana kabisa.
All right. So today, maybe you can tell us, what are we working out on?
Now,
Which part of the body?
Today what we are doing the full body workout.
Okay.
The whole body will be, we do something, the
Yes.
whole body, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So every part from
Yeah, exactly.
head to toe.
Yes.
Okay, so if you are not yet geared up, well, maybe you can go change quickly, make some space in your sitting room, wherever you are at home, even if you're watching at work, just move those heels and let's get working out with Coach Shadrach.
Thank you too. Today, what we have the small dumbbells. Guys at home, you can have your small dumbbells, and if you don't have them, you can also modify one with a few small bottles of water to make them as dumbbells.
Oh, okay, bottles of water.
Yes, those small bottles of water, you can either put in sand or same height, weight of water.
Okay,
yes.
interesting.
Thank you. Now, before we start anything, let's do a bit of stretches with my team here.
Yes.
Legs apart, wherever you are. Then your hands together. Just straight them up and lean on your right side. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. At the center, change on the left side. Good stretch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. At the center, hands akimbo. Now from this point, just tap your toes and back. Are you there? Let's go. 1. Nice. Let's go together. 2. Good. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Perfect. Back at center. At that tent, then lean on your right as you stretch your left hamstring. Stretching is very important before you start doing any workout. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Change on the left side. Good. As you stretch your right hamstring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. At the center again, then stretch your right hand, left hand to your elbow. Try to pull towards your left side. As you turn your neck on the right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Change on the other side. Hold and pull. Turn your neck on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now back at center, give me some rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back at center. Change on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. Shake your legs. Just shake your legs. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Just on toes. Yes, good. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Add some good punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Thank you, Tim. Now, have your dumbbells. Just pick your dumbbells as we start the first session. Good. Legs apart at that point. Then try to go down in squat position. Then go. 1, just swing. 2, swing. 3, let's go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. At the center, shake your legs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Legs apart. Then military press. Just press up and down. 1, let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. At the center again, shake your legs. Thank you, Tim. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, bend over, that position. Then you go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. Back at center again. Shake your legs. Thank you, Tim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now a bit of squat. You go down and up. You press. Okay. Let's go. Ready? 1 and up. 2 and up. 3 and up. 4. Go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me 5. 1. Good one. 2, 3, 4. Last one, let's go. Good one. Thank you, Tim. Back at center again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Second set of what we have done. Now, let's go down again and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. Back at center again. Good one. Overhead press. At the center, another 15 count. Ready, guys? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect, Tim. Good one. Back at center. Bend over and fly. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tim, give me 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect, guys. Back at center. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Squat and press. Are we there, guys? Let's go. 1, 2, nice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Let's go down. Good one. Perfect, Tim. Now we are moving the last set. Thank you, Tim. Last set. Down again as we swing our dumbbells. And down, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good one. Thank you. Center again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Back at center, overhead press. Are we there, guys? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good one, guys. The center, squat and press. Thank you, Tim. Are you there, guys? And go. 1, and up. 2, good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 1, good. 2, 3, 4. Last one, let's go down. And 5. Perfect, guys. That's first session. Thank you, Tim, for 3 good sets. Now we move into the second session. Thank you, Tim. Now you can use single dumbbell. Assume you have one dumbbell, a single dumbbell. Thank you, guys at home. Hope you're enjoying the exercise. Back at center, legs together. Your left hand at the back, that position. Now I need more swings on the right hand. Okay, just tilt your knees and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more, 10 more, let's go. 1, good one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Good one. Change on the other side. Nice move. Back at center again. 2, 20, go. 1, 2, nice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Guys, 10 more, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Nice. Good one. Guys, you're good. Thank you, Irene. Yes, thank you. Nice one. Second part of the second session. Squat down and press up. The left side, 15 counts. Are you there, guys? Let's go. 1, 2, clean and jack. 3, let's go. 4, 5, 6, good. 7, yes. 8, 9, 10. Guys, give me 5. 1, yes. 2, 3, 4. Give me the last one. And up, perfect. Change to the other side. Thank you guys. Back at center again. Left hand ready. Go. 1 and up. 2, up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me 5 more, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Back at center. First move. Back at center. Just hold your dumbbells at this position. You give me 20 good jacks. Jack. 20 counts. Are we there, guys? 2, 1, 20. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Good. Perfect. Second set. Thank you, team in the house. Back at center again. Good one. Legs together. Your left hand at the back. Are you there, guys? 20 good counts. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Thank you, guys. Back at center. Left hand, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, nice. 3, 4, good one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Good one. The center, legs apart, down and up, clean and jack. Okay, dumbbell on your right hand. Are you there? 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Change on the other side. Good one, Tim. Ready? 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me 5 more, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one as we go down, down and up. Perfect. Center, hold your dumbbells. 20 good jacks. Are you there, Tim? 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, out. Perfect. Last set, second session. Thank you, Tim.
Oh, I'm tired.
You have to sweat. You have to sweat.
Jeez.
Yes.
This is crazy.
Back at center. Left hand back. As we're saying, yeah? The break will be there. Back at center. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Perfect. Change on the other side. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Good. Center. Clean and jack. Dumbbell on your right hand. Are you there? Ready? 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Change on the other side. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. At the center. Hold your dumbbells. Legs together. 20 good jacks. Are you there? Ready? 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Perfect. Now pick the 2 dumbbells, a pair of dumbbells. Are in that position, then your left leg in lunges position, that angle, then pull up and down. Okay, let's start together. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. What about 5? Thank you. Change on the other side. Thank you, team. Thank you, guys. Back at center again. 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. Good one, team. Remember, this is our third session. First set. So you go down. Good punch. Punches, punches, punches. Stretch your left hand. That angle in squat position. Stretch your left hand. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Good. Nice. Good. Thank you, team. Now let's work out on our triceps. Kick back, that position, and back. Okay. Now you can face on that side. You arc in your back, then your elbows, that position. Ready? Squeeze. Go. 1, squeeze. 2, squeeze. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What about 10? Good one. Nice. You work on your triceps. Okay, those flapped hands, let's make sure you make them firm. Back at center. Good. Let's start second set. Down again at that angle. Let's try to pull up. Okay, let's start together. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Let's change. Thank you, Tim. Center again. Down. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good one. Thank you, Tim. Punches, legs apart, and down in squat position. Are you there, Tim? 2, 20, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Good one. Back at center. Shake, shake again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Our triceps. Go and back. Squeeze and back. Okay, tip. 2, 20, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Good. Last set. Third session. Thank you, Tim. Good one, Tim. Hope you're doing good. Okay, at the center, left leg forward. Back again in that position. Ready, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Changer. Good. Nice, Tim. Back at center. Your right leg forward. Go down. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good.
Vile unavyojua watoto wengi sana hawana namna. Mimi ningependelea watoto wasome.
I'm here to stress on education. At the same time, let us actually do any kind of sport that we are doing. Sport speaks the best language to everybody.
Tunataka tutafute talents, zile raw talents kutoka kule nyumbani mashinani mahali tuko leo.
Hizi mbio za Chepsaita, like all other sports, zinaleta watu pamoja.
We want to use this event to uplift the lives of the community.
Anafurahia hii mchezo sana. Hata sikaange naambianga watu tuende Chepsaita.
Wanafunzi wakimbie ili wakuze talanta ya mbio ama kuhimiza tena elimu.
This is the place to be. Hapa ndipo mahali wanastahili kuwa tarehe 7. Wale watoto walikimbia last year, wamekimbia mpaka wamefuka mipaka zetu za Kenya.
Hey there, friends. Welcome to Kids on the Block, where fun and imagination come alive. We dive into magical world filled with exciting adventures and awesome friends.
What position were you in?
I was number 2.
What position were you?
Number 1.
He decided to cross the bridge by his house and look for food on the other side.
We're going to do half cup of chocolate chips, and the other one, we're going to do half cup of the blueberries.
So, grab your imagination hats and get ready to explore with us. Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. for new friends, amazing stories, and tons of laughter.
Thank you, Tim. Now let's work out on triceps. Kick back, that position, and back. Okay, now you can face on that side. You arc in your back, then your elbows, that position. Ready, squeeze, go. 1, squeeze, 2, squeeze, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What about 10? Good one. Nice. You work on your triceps. Okay, those flappy hands, let's make sure you make them firm. Back at center. Good. Let's start second set. Down again at that angle. Let's try to pull up. Okay, let's start together. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Let's change. Thank you, Tim. Center again. Down. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good one. Thank you, Tim. Punches, legs apart, and down in squat position. Are you there, Tim? 2, 20, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Good one. Back at center. Shake, shake again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Our triceps. Go and back. Squeeze and back. Okay, tip. 2, 20, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Good. Last set. Third session. Thank you, Tim. Good one, Tim. Hope you're doing good. Okay, at the center, left leg forward. Back again in that position. Ready, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Changer. Good. Nice, team. Back at center. Your right leg forward. Go down. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Perfect, team. Third set. Back at center in punches, position. Go down your squat. Are we there, team? 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Thank you, team. Our triceps. Bend and arch in your back. Elbows up, that position. 2, 1, go. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Perfect. That's our third session. And you're done with third session. Let's have our last session, guys. Thank you, guys at home. Hope you enjoyed the workout, guys at home. Back at center. Now, single dumbbell. Single dumbbell. Thank you, team. Fourth session. Still working out, full body workout with our few small dumbbells that we have. Guys at home, you can improvise yours. Now, at the center, your left hand behind, just hold behind your head, then squeeze at that point, squeeze at that point. Okay, on the right side. Are you there? As we work on our obliques. 2, 1, go. Shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give me 5, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. Change. On the left side. Are you there, guys? 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Good one. Perfect, team. Just hold your dumbbells at the center at that position. Then go down. As you squeeze on the left side. 1, 2, 3. Work on your tummy. That position. Okay. Lean on the right side. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Good one, team. Thank you, team. Move the second set. Remember, this is our last session, the fourth session. Okay, back at center again. You can place the either front of your belly or at the back. Now, team, let's put our hands at the back, the lower back. Then try to stretch in that position. Ready? 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Let's change the other side. Right there, guys. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Good one, team. The center. Good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Back. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 again. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Good one. Do it to the last one. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, guys. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. At the center again, Tim. Are we there? We start on the right side. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Good one. Let's change. The left side. Thank you, Tim. The center. Ready? 2, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Perfect, guys. Let's finish up. At this point, work on our legs, work on our tummy. On that side, all right, get in. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out. Good one, team. Good one, team. As we have a mat, do a bit of abs workout. And last part, to do stretches and call it a day. Have a mat. Thank you, team. Thank you, guys at home. Can improvise yours or can use that beautiful carpet of yours at home for a bit of abs workout. Now, Tim, go down on your knees. Go down on your knees at that point, that position. Stretch your right leg, that angle. Try to squeeze it in and out. In and out, okay? Let's start together. Let's go. 1, in, 2, in, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Let's change on the other side. Thank you, Tim. Back at center. Stretch your left hand. If your knee can tap your shoulder, it's advantage. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Squeeze. 5. Yes. 6, 7, 8, 9. What about 10? Thank you, guys. Back at center again. Good one, team. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Sit on the mat. Sit upright on that mat. Thank you, Tim. Try to stretch your legs. Make them straighten. Shake them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We are working on our abs. Are you there, Tim? Hook your hands behind your head. Okay. Right elbow to the left knee, just squeeze and back, squeeze and back. Are we there? 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Thank you guys. Let's change on the left side. Left elbow, the right knee. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good one, team. Back at center again. Shake your legs wherever you are. Thank you, guys. 2, 3. Now try to go as far away from that mat, that angle. Just try to pull back your legs and straight. Okay, let's start together. Slow motion. Go 1, 2, 3. Just pull. 4. Step down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. What about 5? Thank you, team. Again, straight. Good one. Back at center again. Shake your legs. Thank you, team. Do a bit of flutter kicks. Okay, team. Lean back. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Give me 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Perfect. Good one. Back at center, team. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Caesar, that position. 10 good count, single side count. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Thank you, guys. Thank you, team. Back at set again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good one. Fold your legs. Fold your legs. Stretch your hands. And up. 1, 2. Let's start together. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Guys, give me 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good one. Back at center again. Shake your legs. Thank you, team. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Fold your right leg. That angle, then down. From there, you hold your knee. Right leg, okay? Let's go down. 10 count. Let's go. 1 and up. 2 and up. 3 and up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What about 10? Yes. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim. Yeah. Just on the abs, just on the tummy. Let's change. The left hand leg. Go down. Same. Are we there, guys? Let's go. 1. Yes. 2. Go. 3. Yes. 4. 5. Go. 6. Nice one. 7. Go. 8. Go. 9. Go. What about 10? Perfect, team. Perfect, team. Now, thank you, team. That's abs workout. Work on our tummy. Now, team, let's stretch as we wind up our class. Thank you, team. Now, back and forth, everybody. Back and forth. Bit of stretches. Thank you. Good one. Good one. Good one. Yes. At this position, you go down in child pose at that angle. Let's go. Good. Relax your body. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. At the center, then squeeze at that point. Back at center, then try to move forward. You raise up your head in cobra position. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect, team. At the center, right there, guys. Step in on your right side. Then try to lean on the knee as we push it out. Good. You are in the inner thigh. Good. Thank you guys. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then lift up your left knee up. Then you stretch your right hand as you face the ceiling. Thank you guys. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Thank you guys. Back at center. Let's change on the left side. Then try to lean on the knee. Push it out. Good. Good stretch. Thank you, Tim. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right knee up. Then stretch your left hand. Good. Up. Face the ceiling. Good stretch, guys. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good one, Tim. Back on your knees. Then stretch your right leg. Are you there? Thank you. Then down. Go down. Try to stretch your hands toward your toes. Yes. Perfect. Don't bend your knee. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Stretch your hamstring. Back at center. Left leg. Thank you. Let's go down. Stretch your hand toward your toes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect, guys. Back on your knees. Okay, try to rotate your shoulders. Let's go. 1, 2, cool down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hands akimbo. That position. Then rotate your neck. Rotate your head in that position. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice at the center, Tim. Up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Rotate on the other side again. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect, Tim. As you wind up, back at center again, your hands down. Then try to lift up your knees. At that position, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then up, guys. Shake your legs. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Legs apart. Go down as you close your hands. Nice. Then breathe in. Thank you, Tim. In and out. In once more. Yes. In, and hold your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, last one. Let's go down. And in. In.
All right, and yet again, we worked out. I'm sweating, I'm breathless, but honestly, I feel great. Thank you so much, Shadrach.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed this workout. So remember, Shadrach is at the Physique Gym here in Ruaka. How can they follow you on Instagram, social media?
Yes, they can follow us at Ruaka Square. Physique Gym. That is Instagram.
At Physique Gym. All right, on Instagram, that's where you can find them. Remember, if you want to work out, you can do that right here on TV47. Every Thursday, we do this together with you on the Morning Cafe Show, the best breakfast show in town, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. It's called Fitness Thursday. So that's where it all happens. So all you need to do is make sure you're comfortable, you have your workout shoes. You can even do it barefoot if you like. You just have a bottle of water, a towel, and yeah, just enough space to be able to work out in the comfort of your home right here with us. I am Shiksha Arora. Next week, same time, same place. Until then, bye.
Download the Base app or dial *218*88# for instant mobile loans.